Good snap, the hold, the kick is up, the kick is good!
Will be a swing by Kramer, kept alive by Jalbert. Lucas with the attack off the side of the block for the kill.
Gazette, he looks to go off guard, tucks back inside to the A gap, and he gets in for the touchdown.
Harrington, angle, off a touch, diving, Dunbar, holy cats, wow!
Starcevic in the shotgun, play action, looking for him, has him down the field to his brother Starcevic for the touchdown. It's 31 yards. Jake.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Saturday afternoon from Townsend Field in LaMoure, North Dakota. It's the number 1 ranked LaMoure-Litchville Marion Lobos hosting the number 8 seed, the South Prairie-Max Royals, here on this chilly Saturday afternoon. I'm Chase Miller, and welcome alongside Chad and Maddie Ekren. South Prairie-Max is having a banner year so far for the Royals. They won the regular season Region 6 title and won their first playoff game in co-op history as well here for the Royals, as the Royals defeated Mohall-Lansford Sherwood 42-28 in the second round of the North Dakota 9-man football playoffs. Royals senior quarterback Hayden Bull has amassed over 1,600 total yards on the season and 28 touchdowns. Well, for LaMoure-Litchville Marion, they've made their 5th consecutive quarterfinal round appearance here in the 9-man playoffs following a 76-13 win over Hankinson. Junior tailback Gunnar Thielgis was on display with 394 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns on 24 carries in their win against the Pirates. The Lobos would host a semifinal round matchup against either Lytton HMB, Strasburg, Zeeland, or Cavalier in the semifinals with the win. Well, for South Prairie-Max, they would host Cavalier or travel to Lytton HMB, Strasburg, Zeeland. Still to come on our pregame show, we'll take a look at the matchup in the 9-man playoff bracket, also the Division A quarterfinals as well. Recap the 2A and 3A games last night, and we'll hear from both head coaches. First up is Royals head coach, that is Justin Weisler, and we'll return and also hear from Coach Andy Delabarro. When we return, we'll take a look at the North Dakota 9-man playoff bracket next here from LaMoure.
I'm PJ Ryan, and I live in Mission Court in Ada, Minnesota. Here, there are a lot of people like it here. Well, what could be better?
I'm Molly, and I have lived here a little over 3 years now. I like the fact that I don't have stairs or elevators, and there's always some activities around here.
You can't help but like it here. That's what I say.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
We love our pets, accidents and messes included. Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love confidently with protection from everyday messes and odors. Designed with the whole family in mind, Pet Perfect features built-in protection from staining, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect. Designed for you, perfect for your pet.
Available at Carpet World, 17th Avenue South, online at carpetworldfargo.com.
High school football here today as we got a little fan cam shot across the way, all bundled up just over 30 degrees on the way down here from Fargo. A lot of fog was in the air, so to speak, for the last about 45 miles on the trek from where our broadcast crew came from today. But right now, still a little haze in the sky. The wind, if it does pick up, will come from the west here today. So again, as it was last week in the more of a crosswind instead of in your face or behind your back. Taking a look at the 9-man football playoff bracket. South Prairie-Max here again against LaMoure-Litchville Marion. Also on their half of the bracket, Cavalier makes their way to number 4 Lytton HMB Strasburg Zeeland. Cavalier last semifinal round appearance came in 2022 in 9-man. Last year they were in 11-man. For the Lions, their last semifinal round appearance came in 2020 and that's when they won a state title. Then you have Grant County Flesher, the number 7 seed at number 2 seeded New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock. Grant County Flesher has never made the semifinals in co-op history, while the Rockets are looking for back-to-back semifinal round appearances. Both those last 2 games will kick off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Also at 1 o'clock, a Region 1 team in Weimar-Lidgewood making the trek all the way to West Hope, Newburgh, Glen Ullin. West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn, that is. The Warbirds' last semifinal round appearance came in 2017. Well, for the Sioux, they're looking for back-to-back semifinal round appearances again in 9-man football. Division A football today on yourliveevent.com. Number 8, Kindred. Number 8, Shiloh at number 1, Kindred. Jake Berkmeyer on the call for you on that. And then we'll also have later today at 3 o'clock, Bishop Ryan at Central Cass in the 5-4 matchup there between the Lions and the Squirrels. You'll have Joe Lancello and Brady Siebels on the call. That'll be at 3 o'clock. Bottom half of the bracket in Division A, Harvey Wells County of Velvet Drake, Animus Garrison, and then you have Langdon area Munich making the trek out west to number 3 Killdeer a little bit later on as well. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get to our coaches' conversation next ahead of our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. This is the North Dakota 9-man quarterfinals between South Prairie-Max and LaMoure-Litchville Marion on a hazy, foggy day in LaMoure from Towson Field on your liveevent.com.
Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
Are you looking for your next vacation rental? Call or text Mason at Cleveguard Rentals 701-552-3181. Family fun, girls getaway, retreats and get-togethers. Call or text Mason 701-552-3181. Located on West McDonald Lake, your vacation awaits.
Lakes Community Co-op delivers more than just propane into a tank. They deliver a commitment to customer safety with professional, knowledgeable service. Lakes Community Co-op propane customers can relax because having a monitored tank allows Lakes Community Co-op to know tank levels and therefore make timely deliveries. This takes away all your worries. Call 1-888-935-2281 for propane from Lakes Community Co-op. For more information, visit lakescommunitycoop.com.
As we continue on our pregame show, it's now time to get to our coaches' conversation. First up, as always, the visitors here today in LaMoure going up against the Lobos are the Royals of South Prairie-Max. That football coach, Justin Weisler, with us here. And Justin, for you guys, before we talk about the Lobos, let's just talk about your program before we got going on the interview here. You mentioned that you started things up and you've been the football head coach from day number 1. It's getting closer to a decade now from the very first inception to where you are now. But what is this Royals version of football just kind of mean to the program so far for this particular year?
Yeah, it's been a lot of excitement to the program. It's getting the younger kids excited about football as well. Just been lots of excitement and people just more people coming to games and being excited to be a part of the program. It's been a great leadership from our seniors. We got 11 of them on the team, and they've done a great job this year. So.
From that particular standpoint, what do you hope to carry over from the MLS game that you did well, that you hope to carry over to LaMoure against the Lobos here later today?
We're going to have to play physical against LaMoure. They're a physical football team. And I thought we out-physicaled MLS, so we have to bring that with us. They're very well coached. They're very disciplined. And we got to be the same way. We have to understand it's going to be difficult to do some of the things we want to do. It's going to be harder this week. So we have to understand when we get a 3-yard play, that's good. It's positivity, keep moving, right? And defensively, we just got to find a way to tackle them because they're fast and they're athletic and they run hard. So
from the standpoint of Justin, before we talk about your guys, you mentioned the Lobos about how they run hard and what do they do well. When you put them on film, I guess, what's the one thing outside of their running back with Gunnar Thielges, who has a volume of yards here and big, explosive plays on the season? What else do the Lobos do well that's going to be a challenge coming up when you put them on film?
Yeah, their all line's really good. They got their right tackle is a solid football player. We have to, and he's a really good football player on the defensive side of the ball. We have to know where he's at, and we got to get a body on him because he'll tackle it every time. Number 34, Owen Lesko.
Let's go. Yep.
Yeah. And so we got to find him. We got to know where he's at. They run fast defensively. They run all over the place. They're very aggressive. So maybe we can take advantage of a few things there. Offensively, like their O-line, their running back, their quarterback is solid, and he throws it just well enough, I think, just that we have to honor things, right? And the receivers, both receivers are all four guys that they can catch it too. So we got to defend the whole width of the field and length of the field. So.
When you take a look at your squad here, Justin, anytime you have double digits for seniors in 9-man football, that's obviously a really good class and a big class. What does this year's version of Royals seniors, what's a trait or characteristic that best kind of describes this year's senior class for you?
Well, school spirit. This is the one class that we've had that's really showing like school spirit and love of school and like being excited about pep rallies, and they've brought the whole school together at times and being excited about things. So they've done a good job of that, and just fun to be around. Excited about they want to be good at things. So it's been very enjoyable to be around them.
You mentioned the offense and defensive line for the Lobos. Obviously, the offense and defensive line, you've had really good success on your side of the program as well here, Justin. So what is it about the guys that you're able to rotate in and, keep them fresh, but allow the players, whether it's 3 or 4, depending on if it's offense or defense, that are on the field at one time, having the success for the season? What has it been about that O-line defensive line that has allowed you to get to this point of the year?
Experience. A lot of those kids have been playing since sophomores in some way, and playing against Belleville, Bishop Ryan 2 years prior, right? So experience have helped them. They're physical. They work well together. They're very smart. We put a lot on those guys and understanding what they have to do. So they do a good job of understanding football and what their job is.
From this standpoint, is there one particular player that stands out? I know obviously Hayden Bull, just in terms of what he does at the quarterback spot, but then you got an Anderson here or, a Wanger there that able to, get their hands on the football. So is there one particular, or is this really have felt like a true team effort to get to where you are on the season here, Justin?
We have spread the ball to people very well throughout the year, especially when we're having success. We've done that. Jackson Anderson, he provides a problem on the edge. He's a 6'4" wide receiver. Teams got to find a way, like how are we going to defend him? Caleb Wanger and Mitchell Bowl and Luke Anderson have all participated in some way and they had success for us as well. So teams got to defend us numerous ways. So that's been a plus.
Final thing for me, Justin, biggest X's and O's or biggest X factor. What must the Royals do well to find a way to go to number 1 ranked LaMoure and pick off the Lobos here?
We have to stop big plays in the run game. Right. You watch against Hankinson, right? Big plays nonstop. And we have to stop big plays in the run game. We got to get them in long distance, 3rd and 10s. And then, and hopefully get them throwing it more. Okay. We can't let number 4 run it all over on us, essentially. Okay. Defensively, that's what we got to do. Offensively, we have to control the football. We have to find ways to score as many points as we can and try to hold on to the ball. We cannot turn the ball over either. So,
hey, Justin, thank you so much for your time and best of luck here against the Lobos coming up later today.
All right. Thank you very much.
We'll continue on our coaches conversation after this and hear from the head coach from LaMoure. That is Andy Delabar around the corner here on our pregame show.
The friendly staff at LaMoure Drugstore reminds you, from prescription requests and OTC medication, you can find it all at LaMoure Drugstore. Find the perfect gifts for this fall and upcoming winter, from hunting to Christmas, with heated glove and boot liners to heated stadium seats, body wraps, and scarves. Plus, LaMoure Drugstore has an Evo car jump starter with an air compressor and power ports. You can also keep your refreshments cold or food warm with the Nebo thermoelectric cooler bag. Located in the center of LaMoure in the Bank North Mall. For more info, go to LaMoureDrugstore.com.
LaMoure Hardware carries your everyday items for plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Check out their latest selection of Milwaukee tools from M18 fuel impact wrenches, new M18 forged batteries, chainsaws, and more. There's over 250 Milwaukee tools to choose from. Plus, browse their sweet pickings section. You'll see brand new furniture and decor. LaMoure Hardware is your community one-stop shop. For more information on all the services LaMoure Hardware offers, go online to LaMoureHardware.com. That's LaMoureHardware.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
At Polar Communications, innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
As we continue on our pregame show here today between the Lobos of LaMoure-Litchville Marion and the Royals of South Prairie-Max, it is the North Dakota 9-man quarterfinal round action here in LaMoure, North Dakota. Joining us here from the Lobos' perspective is the head coach. That is Andy Delabar here. And Andy, before we talk about the Royals, let's just cap what you liked the best about your team. You had a week off, as did South Prairie-Max, before you got into your postseason competition. What was the one thing you took away, I guess, in your win against the Hankinson Pirates that you hope to carry over here to today against the Royals, Andy?
Yeah, I think just being mature about the bye week and just preparing ourselves that no matter who our opponent is, that, you know, we're going to come out and play to our standard. And so, you know, I think that's still our preach this week against South Prairie-Max, and just continuing to get ourselves better, but play at the standard of what Lobo football is.
You kind of take a look at South Prairie-Max, as we kind of talked about throughout the course of the year here. Until you got to this point, you really wouldn't know what you have across the state, because it's been all Region 1, Region 2, Region 5, Region 6, for example, for South Prairie-Max. So now you get to put someone else new on tape and everything else, Andy. How is that kind of different compared to the familiarity of what you saw last week with the Pirates?
Well, it's a lot more fun as a coach. You get to prepare for something that you haven't seen, and especially with South Prairie-Max, that you know, they run a completely different offense from what we've seen all year. And so you're scouting things you're not used to or accustomed to. But the best part is it's still football. That's kind of what I told our kids. I said, no matter what we prep this week and how they line up, what plays they run, it's still, again, football, and it's still you doing your job. And so it's been fun compared to, you know, we kind of knew what we were going to get last week with Hankinson, and now it's on to somebody new. You can only tell so much from film. You can look how they line up, but until that whistle blows and the pads start cracking, that's when you really find out, you know, who's who.
When you take a look at the Royals here on film, obviously on paper, Hayden Bull, their quarterback, touches the ball a lot, a dual threat athlete. They obviously like to run the football as well. They'll take their chances through the air when provided. So what's the biggest challenge when you put the Royals on film here, Andy?
Well, you look at their roster right away. They've got great numbers. You know, they're definitely strength in numbers there for them. They got good size up front. You know, they're probably one of the biggest lines we've played this year. And then yeah, with Bull at quarterback, he's definitely I think he's their best athlete. You know, and they're going to look for him to squeak and make plays, and it's with those linemen that they'll work together to try to break some big ones. You know, I think it's still going to come back to being sound defensively. We're going to still have to execute on offense, make the plays when we need to make them there too.
As you take a look at your squad here, Andy, obviously, I know a lot of people want to talk about Gunnar Thiel just after the performance he had just in the first half against the Hankinson Pirates, but the guys opening up the lanes and allowing him to get to the creases or go right through untouched with Gavin, Tucker, and Preston. How is that particular three guys there up front outside of the tight end? So I know be kind of coming an addition of the offensive line, but how is those three particularly just grown from where we were in, August to where you are now here in the early part of November?
Well, they've really honed on the toughness of our football team. They're the guys that if I told them from day one, I said I want the toughest guys on our team in these three spots, and I think that's who we've put there, and so I think they're physical, and I know they're not the 6'3", 260-pound guys, but I'll take them just with their toughness, and they've got good speed, and they've really meshed and gelled together throughout the season. I think their communication has gotten really good up front. They're going to have their hands full though today. That there's going to be some size differential, and we're going to have to go back and rely on that toughness with those three up front.
For you guys, Andy, and you kind of alluded to a biggest thing that the Lobos have to execute, do well here against the Royals to find yourself in the semifinals next weekend.
Well, offensively, we have to continue our balance. Still being able to run the football is going to be anyone's key. But being able to spread out, throw the ball when we need to. Defensively, again, we're going to have to get off the field on 3rd and 4th down. I know they're going to establish the run. If we can make them one-dimensional, get them behind the chains, that's going to be a huge benefit to us too. So, again, key on our things that make us a good defense, and continue to play hard, play fast, play together.
Hey, Andy, as always, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here today against the Royals.
Thank you, Chase.
That again, head football coach for the Lobos, that is Andy Delabar. We'll continue on our pregame show after this.
If you're ready for a great meal, head over to West Main Pizza in Ada and Dilworth. They have a variety of pizzas like Supreme, Barbecue Chicken, The Reuben, Grandma G's Sloppy Joe, BLT, Hawaiian, Vegetarian, and more. West Main Pizza also serves nachos and tacos, great pasta dishes, panini sandwiches, subs, and salads. West Main Pizza at 320 East Main Street in Ada and 111 15th Street Northeast in Dilworth. Check them out online at westmainpizza.net.
RDK, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsboro, is now Agassi Precision Ag.
RDK 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 is now Agassi Precision Ag. You heard that right. RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsboro, is now Agassi Precision Ag. Same location, employees, and customer service you deserve. Visit us at planterdoc.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
High school football here today from Towson Field in LaMoure, North Dakota, as you take a look at the Lobos, kind of honoring their football players there on the baseball, which is now modified during this time of the year into a football field here today in Towson Field. Chase Miller alongside Chad Ekron and Maddie Ekron with you here today. Winner heads to the semifinals. Loser has their season come to a close. The South Prairie-Max Royals, head coach by Coach Justin Weisler. He's been the head coach since the inception of the program back in 2017. In 2017 and 2018, they had just one game at the varsity level. Then they got into the full swing of things in 2019. From 2019 to last season, they were 11-man. This is their first year of 9-man, and they will be going back to 11-man next season. Well, for the LaMoure-Litchville Marion Lobos, head coach by Andy Delabar, they've been accustomed to getting to this point of the season. Last year, played New Rockford, Cheyenne up in Castleton, came up short in the quarterfinals. And what Gunnar Thiel just talked about in the postgame show last week was it's a revenge tour here this season for the Lobos to get back to this point and get a little bit farther. A win here today would get them a little bit farther here for head coach Andy Delabar and the Lobos. About mid-30s. could potentially get up to 40s here today. Mostly been overcast sky. The fog has subsided a little bit from earlier in the day to where we are now. Might see a little bit of that sun. And, of course, you have the wind starting to pick up here as well. Coming up, we'll get to our American Crystal Sugar starting lineups. We'll get to the opening kick, that and more as well. Winner of this game, again, goes up against Lytton HMB, Strasburg, Zeeland, or Cavalier. That'll kick off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yesterday, in the AA football playoffs, Red River, Wahpeton, Minot North, and West Fargo Horse all picked up victories. That does it for our pregame show. We come back after this. We'll get to the starting lineups here in LaMoure between the Royals and the Lobos here on your LiveEvent.com.
The friendly staff at LaMoure Drugstore reminds you, from prescription requests and OTC medication, you can find it all at LaMoure Drugstore. Find the perfect gifts for this fall and upcoming winter, from hunting to Christmas, with heated glove and boot liners to heated stadium seats, body wraps, and scarves. Plus, LaMoure Drugstore has an Evo car jump starter with an air compressor and power ports. You can also keep your refreshments cold or food warm with the Nebo thermoelectric cooler bag. Located in the center of LaMoure in the Bank North Mall. For more info, go to LaMoureDrugstore.com.
As we continue here on your LiveEvent.com, as we get to our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products. That is crystalsugar.com. For the South Prairie-Max Royals, they will start on defense here today as LaMoure-Litchville Marion won the opening coin toss. The Royals will be in their all-white uniforms with the blue numerals and lettering outlined here in black. They'll roll like this. Carl Beam, the senior, with 3.5 sacks so far for the defensive end. Also at a defensive end spot with 6.5 sacks on the season. That is Tucker Lang, the 6'2 senior at 180. Junior Nichols, another senior at 6'4 at 265. And then on the interior, the defensive tackle of Dalen Ruland, the senior at 5'10 and 240. Gabe Smokely, a senior at 5'11, 175 at the inside linebacker. Also from that standpoint, Jackson Anderson, a 6'5 senior at 180 pounds. From there, you will see Lane Corgel, a senior at 5'10", 180. And also in the starting lineup here will be Caleb Wanger, a 5'9 senior with an interception on the senior. Out for South Prairie-Max here today is Mitchell Bull, out with a concussion. South Prairie-Max on the season averaging 34 points per game defensively, giving up 26 points per contest, 6-3 on the year. The champs out of Region 6. Head coach again by Justin Weisler here for the Royals. As we turn our attention now to the team clad in black here at Towson Field, the Lobos, head coach by Andy Delabar, averaging 60 points per game offensively, while defensively giving up 13 points per game. They'll go like this. Gavin Christofferson, a junior center that is, for the 5'9 junior at 220. Preston Arndt, a sophomore, at 6 foot 200, with Tucker Jones, the junior, at 5'10", 170 on the offensive line. Andy Delabar said he needs the toughest guys on the offensive line, and he made mention of all three of those on our pregame show. Tight ends of Brian Carlgard, the 6'3 senior at 190 with 13 receptions on the season, 4 touchdowns. Then Owen Lesko, the senior at 6'1", 215, 11 receptions and 5 touchdowns on the season. Colby Theelgis, the sophomore wide receiver, 10 receptions for 4 touchdowns here for Theelgis. Cale Hebel, coming off a 2-interception performance last week at the linebacker spot, the starting fullback here, Hebel, a senior. Also from there, Mason Workin is the quarterback, a sophomore, has thrown for over 1,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 1 interception on the season. And Gunnar Theelgis, who needs 56 yards here today rushing to break the school record in program history for the Lobos. The 6'1 junior tailback, so far on the year, 2,544 rushing yards. He's averaging nearly 15 yards per rush and 32 touchdowns here on the season. Again, that's the starting lineups for the Lobos, the number 1 rated team here in the 9-man postseason. The Lobos at 9-0 on this season. That does it for our starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. Again, that's crystalsugar.com. Lobos won the coin toss they elected to receive. When we come back after this, it's the opening kick from Towson Field. It's the 9-man quarterfinals on your LiveEvent.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
I'm PJ Rund, and I live in Mission Court in Ada, Minnesota. Here, there are a lot of people like it here. Well, what could be better?
I'm Molly, and I have lived here a little over 3 years now. I like the fact that I don't have stairs or elevators, and there's always some activities around here.
You can't help but like it here. That's what I say.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
We love our pets, accidents and messes included. Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love confidently with protection from everyday messes and odors. Designed with the whole family in mind, Pet Perfect features built-in protection from staining, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect. Designed for you, perfect for your pet.
Available at Carpet World, 17th Avenue South, online at carpetworldfargo.com.
High school football today here from a chilly, which feels like winter, but can't complain for this time of the year. Sometimes we've had a foot of snow on the ground during this round in the North Dakota 9-man football playoffs. These teams want to be playing 13 days from now at the Dakota Bowl. The 9-man game will kick off roughly at noon on Friday, November the 15th. But before you got to get there, you got to win today and next weekend to be one of the two teams left remaining here in the North Dakota 9-man football playoffs. South Prairie-Max will be in your white. They will be kicking from left to right or from the west to the east side here at Townsend Field on this Saturday afternoon. Putting the ball on the tee will be Hayden Bull here for the Royals. South Prairie-Max taking a look at what they did last year, 1-8, 4-38 the last 5 years. They go to 9-man. They get a good chunk of success over double digits of seniors, 11 that are suited up here today. And for Coach Dustin Weisler, he's really liked what this Royals team has provided in terms of school spirit and being a Royal here at this co-op with South Prairie-Max. And it would be a little sweeter for the Royals to try to upend the number one and undefeated team in the state here in LaMoure-Litchville, Marion. Well, for the Lobos, they felt like they had a good team last year that could have made it to the semifinals. They have a chance to get there this year with the win. Opening kick is on the way. This one going to be picked up by Thiel just on the outside. Look at Kobe go. Kobe gets to the 50. Kobe to the 45 and into South Prairie territory. Opening kick at 1:03. And for the Lobos, they will start with the football here in positive territory as they will have it at the South Prairie-Max 43-yard line. Chase Miller, Chad Akron, and Maddie Akron with you here today. Our three-person duo as the Lobos will come out with the football. This is a traditional I formation. They'll spread you out at particular times going for the shotgun as well as the Royal faithful have the cowbells in attendance chanting defense here from LaMoure. Under center goes the sophomore Mason Wark, and Thiel just dots the I. Again, needs 56 yards for a school record in rushing, and he's going to get a lot of it here past the 32, the 25, as he's wrapped up and eventually taken down by Corgle, but not before he gets to that 25-yard line. A gain of 18 yards right up the middle. First down for the Lobos. Last week, Thiel just had 23 carries for 385 yards and 6 touchdowns in the opening half against the Hankinson Pirates. Working goes under center yet again. Here's a handoff to Thiel just in Tucker Lane, gives him a big bear hug and wraps him down at the 24-yard line. That's the one thing that Andy Delabar talked about on the pregame show is South Prairie-Max got some big dudes up front, including the 6'2 defensive end there in Tucker Lang. So 2nd down and 9, and that's what the Royals will have to do offensively and defensively. Try to win first down battles against this Lobo club. One wide receiver is Kobe Thiel just to the near sideline. Mason Workin goes under center here with Gavin Christensen hiking him the ball. Handoff. Thiel just to the outside, breaks a tackle, breaks another. Thiel just has some room. Thiel just to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, LaMoure-Litchville Marion. This goes 24 yards for a house call, and Thiel just with his 7th rushing touchdown of the postseason. Three carries, 43 yards, and a touchdown here for Theelgis. And just like that, 65 seconds into the opening quarter, Lobos lead at 6-0. As they will come out, little pistol formation here with a pair of Theelgises in the backfield with Owen Lesko. This one goes to Gunnar Theelgis, handoff to Lesko, who walks in for the 2-point conversion. On the opening score goes 3 plays, 65 seconds. Lobos lead it by 8, as we'll have kickoff next, and we'll see the Royals offense here from Towson Field.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
High school football here today on YourLiveEvent.com, and while South Prairie-Max got a taste of what a lot of Region 1 and Region 2 has seen this season, which is Gunnar Theelgis left, Gunnar Theelgis right, and Gunnar Theelgis up the middle. And that's been the question asking any coach who has played the Lobos here. How do you try to minimize those explosive plays by Gunnar Theelgis? 3 plays, goes 65 seconds, 43 yards and a touchdown, and now the Royals will have a chance to handle the football for the first time here on this Saturday afternoon. Lobos with Logan Potts will put this one on the tee for LLM. Nice looking crowd, both from South Prairie-Max perspective, that has made their way down, plus 3-hour drive just south of Minot, making their way down to LaMoure. Lobos fans out in full force as well here in Towson Field. Logan Potts will put this one on the tee. Right-footed kick. Going to be a pooch. It's going to be a live football. Royals will smartly just get on top of it there with Landon Jensen. And the Royals have really good starting field position as they will handle it here just inside the 40-yard line. And we'll see the Royals for the first time today handle the football. And we'll see where they spot it. They will mark it exactly at the 40-yard line. For South Prairie-Max, make it the 41 as they move it up 3 feet. Hayden Bold, the senior, 511 yards passing, 12 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, has rushed for almost 1,100 yards and 16 scores. He's averaging 11 yards on the ground per rush as Bold gives a handoff. This one goes to Luke Anderson, and Luke pushing the pile forward as the Royals trying to get the first down on one play. They will get a good chunk with 8 yards. Luke Anderson, the junior tailback, 800 and now make it 19 yards on the season. Also has 10 rushing touchdowns. Mitchell Bull out again at the concussion protocol. But for Coach Justin Weisler, you'll see a host of different runners with a Jackson Anderson, Caleb Wanger. Also today, possibly might see a Spokley and Sabi as well. The linemen of Rulin, the center, Tucker Lane at guard, and Carl Beam here also at guard. Anderson, that's Jackson, and Corrigal at wide receiver. Diamond formation to the outside, and the Royals here not going to get much. That'll actually be a 2-yard loss. Is coming in as Hebel on the tackle for a loss as they are going to Anderson. That'll be a loss of 2. And that's just scouting right there, seeing a lot of film work, seeing what happens on a diamond formation as the Royals quickly got to line, goes from a 2nd and 2 now to a 3rd and 4. Tucker, Jones, and Preston Arndt have combined for 8 sacks on the season for the Lobos. Cargard, Lesko, Henry Lettenmeyer, and Hebel at the linebacker spot with defensive backs of Avery Kramer, Gunnar Theelgis, and Kobe Theelgis. The defensive backfield has so far combined for 7 interceptions in the season for the Lobos. 3rd down and medium here. Bull keeps it. Bull's going to get stuck by Lesko right at the line, and a 4th down is upcoming. fake it to the motion man coming across left to right. Lesko able to make the pop-on bowl right at the 46-yard line. So after an 8-yard rush by Anderson, see what Coach Justin Weisler is going to do here on a 4th down and 4, ball at midfield. The Royals do a good job offensively and defensively, making substitutions in between each play and trying to keep their players fresh throughout the course of the game. Bull will come on and punt the football, stands back at his own 35-yard line, as now Gunnar Theelgis will stand back at about the 25 of his own for the Lobos. High snap over Bull's head. Bull going to get on the football here at the 15, trying to get the punt off, does rugby style. That one's going to get past midfield and roll to the Lobo 45-yard line, so it will be a net of nearly 9 yards here. Unfortunate for the Royals to get that one off. Hayden Bull did a good job picking up the football, rolling, seeing if he could get the punt off, and somehow got the punt off, and that'll result in a 3-and-out for the Royals. Well, for the Lobos, they will have their second possession here of the half. You know, it's chilly when you kind of can see your own breath here throughout the afternoon. Suppose it makes sense. It is November, for crying out loud. We've had a pretty mild, all things considered, fall here. As the Lobos will come out under center, will be Mason Warkin. Warkin, pitch play. This one goes to Gunnar Theelgis. Theelgis able to get to the outside. Theelgis has a first down. Theelgis spinning his way past the 40. And we'll see where he's going to get taken down. That'll be at the 36-yard line. A gain, yet again, here for Gunnar Theelgis of a positive 15, as that one is going to go 36 to 50, add another 5. That's a gain of 19 yards. And on that particular rush, congratulations goes out to Gunnar Theelgis here, as he now has going to be knocking on the doorstep and now has the school record in program history with that rush. Over 2,600 yards in a single season. That's the new record after that rush by Gunnar Theelgis. And Theelgis is going to get stuck to about the 25, as then on the tailback comes by Hayden Bull to make it now a 2nd and about 1. So 2nd down, upcoming, ball spotted at the 35-yard line here. And Gunnar Theelgis, again, the junior tailback, still has another year to try to keep defensive coordinators up at night in North Dakota 9-man football. Under 8 minutes to play, opening quarter here, second possession for the Lobos in the North Dakota 9-man quarterfinals. Theelgis dots the eye, Warkin goes under center. Handoff goes to Theelgis, gets past the first wave, gets to the outside. Theelgis making his way to the numbers, 20 to the 15. Theelgis gets pushed out of bounds then inside the 10, and they'll mark him down at about the 8-yard line. A gain of 27 on the way for Theelgis. This is starting to look a lot familiar as last week. 6 carries for 90 yards and a score so far here for Theelgis. 1st and goal upcoming. And the biggest thing when talking with coaches is just not allowing him to try to get to the edge, as it's a 1st down here for LLM, but they've been able to do so throughout the course of the game. Orkin goes back under center. Play action rolls. Hebel open in the flat at the fullback spot. Catches it at the 5, and Hebel pops the football up. It's loose into the end zone. Do they got it? Yes, they do. Carlgard pops on the football in the end zone, and the Lobos take now a 14-0 lead. They rolled out. Warkin went to Hebel. Hebel lost the ball, and pouncing on it in the end zone was the senior tight end in Carlgard, and the Lobos catch a break there as they lead it now 14-0. Lobos will see a wide receiver split out to the right-hand side. That's Kramer as they go back into this little pistol offense here with Lesko and the pair of Theelgis in the backfield. Gunner's going to keep it to the right-handed side, and Gunner walks in for the 2-point conversion. New score from Townsend Field. It's the Lobos 16, the Royals scoreless, here on your liveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
High school football here today from Towson Field in LaMoure after the Lobos Again, kind of catch a break there after the fumble, though. Wide open into the flat again one more time, but eventually the ball comes out. Carl pounces on it in a drive that takes just over 2.5 minutes of play. Goes 55 yards for the score, and the Lobos out in front early, 16-0. And this is what we've seen here in this particular season is the Lobos get out in front of teams and they try to just race away from them. And the South Prairie Max Royals right now will try to get something brewing on their second offensive possession of the game. Also today on YourLiveEvent.com, Kindred going up against Shiloh Christian. Our own Jake Berkmeyer on the call for you on that one. Then later at 3 o'clock today, North Dakota playoff football, also Division A. Bishop Ryan at Central Cass at 3 o'clock with Joe Lancello and Brady Siebels. Here's a high pooch yet again. Little fair catch called for by the Royals as they will handle the football around the 37-yard line after the fair catch there by Spokley. And then later tonight, Minnesota football, make that Minnesota volleyball, Section 8AA volleyball championship on YourLiveEvent.com as Hawley squares off with Dilworth Glendon Felton from the new edition of Moorhead High, which, by the way, if you have a chance to go to Moorhead High School, take a look at it. It is a nice facility out there in Moorhead. The Royals' second possession of the contest here. We'll see what they do. They try to ground and pound the football here in a multitude of different ways as Bull is in the backfield. Little read option play. Ball's on the ground, and this will be a fumble, and pouncing on it is LLM. First turnover of the game forced by the Lobos defense, and Tucker Jones comes up with the ball. And the Lobos force a 3-and-out. Then a fumble, and LLM will handle it now with 7:19 remaining in the quarter. For the second time, they will be in positive territory here at the Royals' 35-yard line. Mason Workin goes under center. Royals looking for a positive defensive play here to try to stop the pressure that has been put on by this Lobos offense and defense. Play action. Workin looking wide open down the field as Lesko catches it at the 5. End zone touchdown, Lobos. One play for 35 yards. Mason Workin with his 20th passing touchdown of the season to the senior Owen Lesko. All of a sudden, you have to honor the rushing play again of Gunnar Thiel. Just everybody steps up. Owen Lesko now with his 6th receiving touchdown of the year. And that was a nice ball there by Mason Workin. Lesko had to pause for a second, but once he got it, finished off the final 5 yards, and the Lobos out in front. Shotgun formation here for the 2-point conversion as Mason Workin comes out here for LLM. Workin looking, steps up. Workin going to walk in for the 2-point conversion. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, and 3 2-point conversions makes it a new lead here for the Lobos as they lead at 24-0 here midway through the first quarter.
Fullerton Elevator is a full-service cooperative offering grain, agronomy, including seed, chemical, and fertilizer, as well as custom application. Fullerton Elevator is currently looking to hire an agronomy applicator. Fullerton Elevator offers competitive wages and full family health, dental, and vision insurance, as well as retirement. For more information, go online to fullertonelevator.net. That's fullertonelevator.net.
High school football here today from LaMoure. You could not ask for a better start if you're Annie Delabar. Well, if you're Coach Justin Weisler, just looking for something positive right now moving forward throughout the rest of this first quarter as the Lobos, again, out in front, 24-0 with just over 7 minutes left to play in the opening quarter in a game that got underway about 15 minutes ago here from LaMoure. As the Lobos here will put the ball on the tee as they will handle it with Logan Potts. We'll keep you apprised of some other games going on. One other 9-man playoff game got underway at 1 o'clock this afternoon with Weimar-Lidgewood against West Hope Newburgh. As this one will be in Glenburn, again with the co-op. Is this going to be a live ball? And the Lobos with Kramer see this one eventually picked up then by Jackson Anderson. You do have a little bit of that grass that goes eventually into the dirt here for the baseball field. And the football where Anderson thought it was going to maybe roll out of bounds, continued to kind of take a roll in bounce, so to speak. And all of a sudden, Kramer nearly got his hands on a live ball, and the Royals fortunate to come up with it. This will be at their own 7-yard line now, with 7:08 remaining here in the quarter. As Kramer nearly was able to get his hand on the football on the far side. Royals, little bunch formation here as they will motion. And now they have Jackson Anderson on the far side as Bull brings him in motion here. And Bull's going to keep it as he slithers his way past the 5-yard line. And then there's a handful of Lobos coming in on a tackle. And he was able to maybe get back to the original line of scrimmage. And that's about it there for Hayden Bull. And one thing that this LaMoure-Litchville Marion team has done a really good job of throughout the course of the season is finding ways to not have one but maybe 2 or 3 hats to the football, where if someone misses, the other one comes in and tries to wrap them up at 1 or 2 particular times throughout the course of a football game. So if you're the Royals now, 2nd down and long, ball will be at the 6-yard line as Bull goes back into the shotgun. Motion man, Bull's going to keep it as they're trying to have a little pull on the left-handed side, and the Lobo's able to stick it yet again. Preston aren't part of the tackling party here, and see where they mark them back at the 6-yard line. As it'll be 3rd down and long. Best play for the Royals was the first play from scrimmage after a Luke Anderson rush of 8 yards. Royals haven't been able to do much since then with the pursuit here of this Lobos defense. As you will see, Prairie-Max make a couple of substitutions here as they get some fresh bodies out there. Preston Art and Tucker Jones do a good job again trying to get that offensive line and tight end spot, and then they allow the linebackers to fly around to the football here for the Lobos. Hayden Bull with some time, pocket collapses. Bull trying to get out of it, throws a pass. This one's going to be incomplete, looking for Tucker Lang. There might have been a little bit of a face mask, but I don't see any flag out there given, which now is going to make it a 4th down upcoming with 5:29 remaining here in the opening quarter. As, again, you saw Bull trying to roll to the right-handed side, and then the grasp of the face mask, but not enough to cause a yellow flag to come out, will now make it a punting situation again for Prairie-Max, is now coming out to punt here for the Royals. This one will be with Jackson Anderson. Gunnar Thiel just stands back at the Royal 35-yard line as Anderson is in his own end zone. Clean snap this time. Anderson puts a monster kick into this one, but a high kick, that is, to the 25, and that'll kind of roll there, and the Royals will see the Lobos handle it at the 22. High kick for the monster part, but not so much for the distance. Going to be about a net of 18 yards on the play, and the Lobos for the 3rd time today will start in positive territory. 4th possession for the Lobos here in the quarter, as this will be at the positive 22-yard line here for LaMoure-Litchville Marion. As the Lobos already with scoring drives of 43, 45, make that 43 yards, 55 yards, and 35 yards here on the day as the sun is starting to peek through the clouds here in LaMoure. Mason Warkin under center. Gunnar Thiel just making his way to left-hand side, and good job just holding on to him somehow is Hayden Bull. Gain for about 1. 7 carries, 91 yards. That's a way to bring down Gunnar Thiel. Just hold on to his leg. Try to bring him down via a wrestling move if you can once you get down to the ankles. Under 5 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Chase Miller, Chad Ekren with you here today from Towson Field, as the Lobos will come out under center with Mason Warkin, and it's a 2nd and a long 9. Trips to the right-handed side of the formation on the far boundary. Pitch play goes to Gunnar Thiel, just looking to throw the football back to Mason Warkin here, who's caught it. Mason Warkin at a 10, jukes him out of the 5. Trickeration on a trick or a treat. Couple days after Halloween. Well, they got the trick, and they got the treat for 20 yards on the completion. Gunnar Thiel just to Mason Warkin. Warkin able to get the football there for a reception of 20 yards. That would be not nearly the Philly special, but similar towards it, where you get it going one way on the side of the football field, get the defense to motion over that and slide across, and Thiel just put that out to Mason. Mason made a man miss, and now working in the shotgun low snap. Steps up, a little zip pass. That's going to be caught for the 2-point conversion to Owen Lesko. 4:32 on the board. Lobos lead at 32 to rip here in the first quarter.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
High school football today here from LaMoure, North Dakota. And LaMoure-Litchville, Marion, the Lobos showing you why they earned the #1 ranking via the coaches right now, up over number 8, South Prairie-Max, 32-0. Had a little trickeration there with Gunnar Thiel just to Mason Workin for the touchdown of 20 yards, as the Royals will see this one on the far side and step out of bounds on the return. This will be on the far boundary here for the Royals. As coming up with that was Luke Anderson. And the Royals will start at around midfield again here at the 40. Royals, good starting field position, the 41-37, the 7, and now here at the 40 with 4:24 to play. This is already the 8th possession of the quarter between these two. The Lobos haven't had the ball that much. It's been 2, 3, 4 plays, and the Royals have had a fumble so far at 3 and out to 3 and out, so getting a lot of possessions in. We haven't seen a long, sustained drive from either team yet today. Hayden Bull making his way, and Bull able to see this one, but is it going to be a fumble or not? We'll see if they call it down by contact. The Lobos side is saying it's going to be Lobo Bull after Karlgaard comes up with a fumble, but they're going to say he was down beforehand, and Bull will get 4 yards on the rush. 4 carries for 3 yards makes it a second down upcoming here for the Royals. Best record in school history. First playoff appearance again for the Royals after they defeated Mulhall Lansford Sherwood 42-28 in the second round, earning a bye into the second round, winning the region title. 8 region champs, then got seeded 1 through 8, all earned a bye. Bull rolling near side, looking, pops a pass. This one to be caught into Lobo territory. Good job coming back for the football here for South Prairie-Max with Weston Sabi to about the 49-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7. So Sabi able to come back for the football. Throwing across the body there for Bull, and the Royals will get their first down of the opening half. South Prairie-Max at the Lobo 49-yard line here, as they will have Jackson Anderson lining up to the left-handed side of Bull. They motion, as they will do for most of the game in a multitude of ways before the play is finally snapped. Jackson Anderson trying to get to the edge as he's trying to get to the boundary. Does, picks up a couple of yards. Lobos do a good job chasing after him there of Henry Lettenmeyer. It is a positive gain, though, about 3 to almost 4 yards on the play. That's something that Coach Justin Weisler talked about on the pregame show, saying, you know, if you get 3 to 4 yards against the Lobos, you have to take it as a positive play. Sometimes in 9-man football, if you get to the edge and you only get 2 or maybe 3 yards, it feels like you left something on the table. But he mentioned if you get 2 to 3 yards consistently for the Royals, they will try to take it going forward into this football game. Clock continues to stop here again as it goes out of bounds with 2:55 remaining. Little speed option play. Luke Anderson. Anderson making his way close to the line to gain at about the 41-yard line for a gain of 4. So they get to the outside. Nice little pitch by Bull to Anderson for a healthy gain, and 3rd down and manageable upcoming. Anderson, 2 carries for 7 yards here, as the Royals will take a look. And coming in now will be Spokley, a senior at 5'11", 175 here for South Prairie-Max. Royals will come out in the gun yet again with Luke Anderson and Hayden Bull. Motion man going right to left across the formation. Bull going to keep it, gets the 40-yard line, spins his way, and that's where he's taken down. Gets about a yard. He needed 2. It'll be 4th down and 1. As you will see, a 4th down and short upcoming here. 3 passing plays so far for the Royals. Well, they've had 8 rushing plays against this Lobo defense. They need the 39 for the first, as the Royals will come out here with the football. Hidden Bull with Anderson in the backfield, and we'll see a false start, and this will go on the Royals. First false start against South Prairie-Max. False start again will be the first penalty of the game for either club. Sometimes you might try to get a hard count there and try to get the defense to jump offside, but the Royals will see the first flag of the game. And now for Coach Justin Weisler, go from a 4th and 1 where the playbook is pretty much open at your disposal. It's now a 4th and 6 where you can still run the football if you want. But this is probably one where you try to get Hayden Bull on the edge, give him a run-pass option here to try to get this first down. Royals down 32-0 here. 4th possession of the game for South Prairie-Max. We'll see another flag. Bull looking down the field for Anderson. This one's going to be incomplete with Kobe Thiel just there. Where the flag is, could be illegal shift or possibly encroachment on the defense as it comes right here at the line. And you see a yellow hanky on both sides. As this, we'll take a look at it, be a legal shift. They're going to decline, and it will be a turnover on downs. So South Prairie-Max able to take about 3.5 minutes off the clock on the drive. However, it does come in a turnover on downs, and the Lobos will handle it now at their own 45-yard line. 5th possession of the quarter with 60 seconds remaining here on YourLiveEvent.com in the opening 12 minutes here in this 9-man football contest. I formation, Thiel just dots the I. Warkin again goes under center. Warkin, handoff, Theogist, and Theogist is going to get stuck, and this might be a tackle for loss. Dalen comes in on the tackle, the 5'10 senior, Ruland, and they will make it right back to the line of scrimmage. Theogist got kind of blown up on that play there by South Prairie-Max. Nicely done by the defensive tackle spot, trying to go between the hashes. We'll see if the Lobos maybe have a stretch or a pitch play this time with Workin getting back under center. 2nd down upcoming. A little quick screen to the near side to Kobe Theogist. That's Gunner's brother, and Kobe Theogist makes his way to the 40-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 15 yards on the quick screen. He'll tackle inbounds. They will keep the clock rolling. Kobe Theogist with his first reception of the game. So far, that's 4 different Lobo players who have had at least 1 catch here in the opening quarter. And we'll see if LLM can get the snap off with 10 seconds remaining here in the opening frame. Twins to the right, 1 to the near sideline. Working with 2 seconds, 1. And they're going to call it here before the quarter. Again, after 1 quarter play in the 9-man quarterfinals. Top-ranked LaMoure-Litchville Marion 32, 8th-ranked South Prairie-Max scoreless here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Are you looking for your next vacation rental? Call or text Mason at Cleapguard Rentals 701-552-3181. Family fun, girls getaway, retreats and get-togethers. Call or text Mason 701-552-3181. Located on West McDonald Lake, your vacation awaits.
Lakes Community Co-op delivers more than just propane into a tank. They deliver a commitment to customer safety with professional, knowledgeable service. Lakes Community Co-op propane customers can relax because having a monitored tank allows Lakes Community Co-op to know tank levels and therefore make timely deliveries. This takes away all your worries. Call 1-888-935-2281 for propane from Lakes Community Co-op. For more information, visit lakescommunitycoop.com.
High school football here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Chase Miller, Chad Ekron with you here from Townsend Field in LaMoure as the Lobos looking to continue what they did against Hankinson in the first half. Trying to do that here in the first half against South Prairie-Max is get the football and get a touchdown every time you have it. Warkin gets it as he throws this one across the middle of Gunnar Thielges on a deep post pattern, and Gunnar Thielges has a 40-yard touchdown reception. Warkin now over 100 yards passing, 101 to be precise. Gunnar Thielges 40 yards on the pitch and catch. All of a sudden you put Gunnar out to the boundary, and Thielges on a deep post gets 40 yards here in the Lobos right on cue. 5 possessions now with 5 touchdowns here in the first half of play. 10 seconds into the quarter, big strike and a score as they'll go trips to left-handed side. Warkin in the backfield as he will have Hebel lining up to his right. Warkin, low snap, able to handle it. Looks, fires this one incomplete to Carogard, and the 2-point conversion is no good. But with 11:50 remaining in the first half, Lobos lead it by a new score at 38-0.
The friendly staff at LaMoure Drugstore reminds you, from prescription requests and OTC medication, you can find it all at LaMoure Drugstore. Find the perfect gifts for this fall and upcoming winter, from hunting to Christmas, with heated glove and boot liners to heated stadium seats, body wraps, and scarves. Plus, LaMoure Drugstore has an Evo car jump starter with an air compressor and power cords. You can also keep your refreshments cold or food warm with the Nebo thermoelectric cooler bag. Located in the center of LaMoure in the Bank North Mall. For more info, go to LaMoureDrugstore.com.
LaMoure Hardware carries your everyday items for plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Check out their latest selection of Milwaukee tools, from M18 fuel impact wrenches, new M18 forged batteries, chainsaws, and more. There's over 250 Milwaukee tools to choose from. Plus, browse their sweet pickings section. You'll see brand new furniture and decor. LaMoure Hardware is your community one-stop shop. For more information on all the services LaMoure Hardware offers, go online to LaMoureHardware.com. That's LaMoureHardware.com.
Back here on YourLiveEvent.com as LaMoure-Litchville Marion puts another 6 on the board to lead it 38-0 here, as they will put this one on the tee with Logan Potts. Potts at the 40-yard line with another right-footed kick. This one goes between the hashes, picked up here by South Prairie-Max and Wanger. Wanger at the 25, and Wanger's going to get stuck at the 25-yard line. Unable to do much on that play, as Wanger will see South Prairie-Max handle the football for the first time in this second quarter with 11:42 remaining here at the 25-yard line. Opening kick just after the 1 o'clock hour here at 1:02. As now South Prairie-Max will try to get something brewing here against this Lobo defense, as they will put Jackson Anderson in the backfield with Bowl. Lobos kind of use those outside linebackers almost as defensive end spots, as Bowl sends Anderson in motion here. Bowl's going to keep it, gets the outside, and he's going to get stuck right away by Hebel. Actually be a loss on the play for about 2 yards. 6 carries now for -2 yards. Make that 2 yards for Bowl. Anderson 2 for 7. That's Luke Anderson has 1 for 8. Jackson Anderson has 2 for 7 so far here for the Royals. Both teams with all timeouts remaining here in this opening half of play as well. Keep you apprised of what's going on at the half with some other North Dakota 9-man and Division A football games. Shiloh at Kindred on YourLiveEvent.com. The Cardinals of Langdon area, Munich, and Kildare just kicked off at the bottom of the hour here. As Bowl bouncing to the outside. Bowl gets to about the original spot at the 25 after he had Lesko on the far side, also with him with Colby Thielges to make it now a 3rd down and 10. 7 carries for 5 yards on the play, as you'll have a 3rd down and 10 upcoming here for South Prairie-Max and the Royals. South Prairie-Max out of Region 6 made the trek down here to LaMoure, the Region 1 champs. Lobos, last state title came in 2021, and talking with Coach Delabar to begin the season back in August, he felt like they had a good team to get back to this point of the season as they made it last year in the quarterfinals. Bull with the pass, little wheel route on the far side. Oh, what a pass and connection as that one goes in for the catch to Lane Corgle with his 4th reception of the season. That'll be 18 yards, and it's a 1st down and 10. 23 yards passing on the way for Bull. Corgle with his 1st reception of this chilly Saturday afternoon. 1st and 10. That was a nice ball as well by Hayden Bull. Good spiral, able to roll out from his opposite hand and able to get to the outside. More importantly for the Royals, they pick up the 1st down right now as they will spread him out. Bull, QB keeper, and coming in unevaded for another tackle for loss. This will be with Preston Art, the sophomore. 2 yards on the loss, as the motion man again was Luke Anderson, and Art just came in and able to wrap him up immediately here with Bull in the backfield. And this has been a pretty typical situation that we've seen the Lobos defense have against South Prairie-Max. Is that 1st down play outside of maybe once has been a positive of more than a yard or two, where it's a 2nd and short for South Prairie-Max. The Royals have been kind of living in this 2nd and 10, 2nd, 12, and 13 for a good portion of this afternoon. As you'll see, Bull, as they try to get it down the field, we'll see if Coach Delabar says take it back on the illegal shift, or if they will decline it and make it a 3rd and 13. And Andy Delabar says they want to decline it to make it one more play, that they don't have to worry about defending here and make it a 3rd and 13. If it's 3rd and 7, you might say move them back to a 2nd and 12, but when it's a 3rd and 13, they're going to put their trust on the defense here for the Lobos to try to get off the field on this particular play. Townsend Field, they put some money into this venue over the last couple of years as they held the State Legion Baseball Tournament over the summer in Class B here, where we kind of stand as more right center here when it comes to baseball, but football, we're right at midfield here at the 50-yard line at Townsend Field. There's Bull rolling right-handed side, trying to set up the screen play to Tucker Lang, who slips, and if he does catch the football, Hebel and Kramer were there, and that'll be an incomplete pass. Stops the clock with just under 8:30 left to play here in the opening half. As the Royals now will have a 4th down, and we'll see if they punt this football off. As Hayden Bull stands back at his own about 30-yard line here. Gunnar Thiel just back at his own 35. Snap is good. Bull rolls. Rugby style kick gets this one off after the pressure from the Lobos. It takes a good South Prairie-Max roll as Preston Art again was applying the pressure. This will go to the 40, and then they will mark it at about the 34-yard line for a punt of about 26 yards. And with 8:21 remaining, Lobos will take over yet again. For the Royals, punt, fumble, punt, turnover on downs, and punt. Well, for the Lobos, it's been 5 possessions and 5 touchdowns so far here in this opening half. As they will start with it at the 34. This will be the worst starting field position of the day here for LaMoure-Litchville Marion. As they will come out under center again with Mason Warkin. Warkin under center. Gunnar Thiel just going right up the middle, and Thiel just spinning his way. Ball's free, and he will lose it, and eventually the Royals pop on the football there with Jackson Anderson. Gunnar Thiel just does get about of 16 yards on the rush, but then fumble the football. Thiel just now over the century mark. However, it does come at a cost, and that is a fumble turnover here on the Lobos. So South Prairie-Max need to get something positive, and they force a fumble. As now the Royals will handle the football here near at midfield. 8:14 remaining in this first half of play. Ball at the 47-yard line here. As the Royals will come out with Bull. Motion man goes Luke Anderson left to right. Bull steps up. Bull looking down the field, looking for Jackson Anderson. And Anderson, oh, what a catch! To the 10, 5, touchdown, Royals! Jackson Anderson, oh, what a catch of 53 yards. One play after the fumble, the Royals pounce for a house call. Hayden Bull with his 13th passing touchdown of the season. Jackson Anderson with his 7th reception for a TD. And the Royals are back within business here. 76 yards for the score as Anderson has his second catch of the day. And the Royals now will have a 2-point conversion upcoming to try to make this a 30-point contest. Hayden Bull keeps it, and Bull not going to get there. There does come a flag on the far side. If it's on the Lobos, we'll get a retry at a 2-point. If it's on South Prairie-Max, they'll just decline it here, and it looks like where everyone's walking towards it's going to be declined, but we'll just double check again as the White Hat's going to talk it over. Again, it was 2-point conversion failed, but if it's on the Lobos, you'll get another retry here for South Prairie-Max. See a block in the back on the Royals. They'll decline this one, and we'll go to the break. Just over 8 minutes to play here in the first half. Lobos up by 32.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
At Polar Communications, innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
High school football here today on YourLiveEvent.com. Royals take advantage of a fumble. They get it in the end zone. Bowl to Jackson Anderson, and now we'll see Kobe Thielges here at about the 20-yard line with the return, trying to get to the edge, does to 30. Look at Thielges go. Thielges is loose. 40, 30, 20. Thielges is down at the 15-yard line. Nice return. His brother Gunnar Thielges got him on the edge at the 30-yard line, and Kobe makes his way into the red zone. This is where the Lobos can hurt you. Talking with Coach Delabar, saying throughout the course of this season, and once you get in the playoffs, things aren't going to go your way. It's about how quickly can you respond. Well, you give up a fumble, one play, one score for a touchdown, and how do you respond? Kobe Thiel just takes it from 120 past the other 20 for a kick return of 65 yards. Ball will be at the Royals' 15-yard line here as they go under center with Mason Warkin. Warkin hands the ball off. This goes to Thiel. Just a little misdirection play. Hayden Bull is able to bring him down via the ankles, and it brings up a 2nd and 10. Ten carries for 107 yards and a touchdown for Thielges. You have Mason Warkin with a passing touchdown. Gunnar Thielges with a receiving touchdown as well. Carl Gard with a score. Warkin went to Lesko for 35 yards as well. Lobos hand the ball off. Gunnar Thielges weaving his way to the 10. Thielges gets the boundary, and he's in for a 15-yard rushing touchdown. Theogis continues to add on to a stellar performance and a season record breaker at that, as this is going to be now 122 yards rushing, his second rushing touchdown of the game, and the Lobos look at 44-6. 6:55 remaining here in the first half, and it's an interesting point. Again, 30 points or more is running time once you get to the second half. So if you're the Lobos, you want to keep it above that to really minimize possessions in the second half. Well, if you're the Royals, you want to get it under 30 before you get to the half to keep it as the normal time in regulation. Gunnar Theogis, little deke. Gunnar Theogis dives in for the two-point conversion. 6:55 here in the first half of play. It's 46-6. Lobos out in front.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com. If you're ready for a great meal, head over to West Main Pizza in Ada and Dilworth. They have a variety of pizzas like Supreme, Barbecue Chicken, The Reuben, Grandma G's Sloppy Joe, BLT, Hawaiian, Vegetarian, and more. West Main Pizza also serves nachos and tacos, great pasta dishes, panini sandwiches, subs, and salads. West Main Pizza at 320 East Main Street in Ada and 111 15th Street Northeast in Dilworth. Check them out online at westmainpizza.net.
High school football here today on YourLiveEvent.com. 46-6. LLM out in front here after a second rushing touchdown for Gunnar Theogis. He's also thrown for a rushing touchdown as well. Lobo's good balance so far on the day. 122 yards rushing and 121 yards passing as they have a 46-6 lead here, as they will put this one on the tee with Potts yet again here for LLM. Here's the kick, end over end. That'll make its way to about the 21-yard line. The Royals weaving their way to about the 40, and South Prairie-Max with a good return with Wenger. Caleb gets to the 44-yard line. That's where the Royals will start with their seventh possession of the game. At the half, we'll keep you apprised of what's going on in the North Dakota 9-man and also 11A football playoffs here. Last game of the day to kick off on this Saturday is Central Cass and Bishop Ryan. That'll be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Two 9-man games get underway at the top of the hour here with Cavalier at Lytton, HMB Strasburg Zeeland, and Grant County Flasher at New Rockford Cheyenne Maddock. First and 10, South Prairie-Max with Jackson Anderson. Anderson looking to get to the near side. Anderson to the 45, and Hebel throws him out there. So about a yard. We'll see where they spot it. They will give him the 46 for a gain of 2. The speed that LLM plays with is just something that you don't see throughout the course of particular times throughout the season, as they can fly around to the football with the best of them across the state. And kind of for most of the year, for most of the North Dakota 9-man football poll, it's kind of felt like 3 teams. This squad, West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn, and then also New Rockford, Cheyenne, Maddock. You kind of have said those 3 teams in the top 3 all season. Play action rolling, right-handed side. There's a one-handed catch by Wenger, but it's going to be a loss at that for a loss of 2. 74 yards as Wenger gets his first reception of the contest. Brings up a third down and long upcoming here with nearly 6-minute mark left in this first half of play. South Prairie-Max with all 3 timeouts. Lobos with all 3 as well. 46-6. South Prairie-Max this season with wins twice over Mulhall, Lansford, Sherwood. Beat Alexander by 2. Also knocked down TGU and Dunseith and Tioga with wins on the season for the Royals. Hainenbull drops, pops, and throws looking for Jackson Anderson, but it's nearly picked up by Kramer. Kramer was playing center field. That one nearly got intercepted. Instead, will make it now a 4th down upcoming. So 4th down here for the Royals. This season with losses to open up the year against Divide County back in August, 30-28. Lost to Lewis and Clark Berthel by 2. Lost to the Sioux, 62-14. Those are the 3 losses on the year here for South Prairie-Max. Royals will kick this one off with Jackson Anderson to punt. That is at the 30. Gunnar Thiel just back at his own 30-yard line. Low snap. Jackson gets this one off. It'll be off the side, and this will go on the far side of the field. And that's where the Royals will punt, and we'll see where they mark it at. This will be at the 41-yard line. And we'll see the Royals, for the 4th time today, have to punt the football away as the Lobos take back over. 8th possession here for the Royals in the half. And this will be, for the Lobos in the half, this will be at their own 41-yard line. As Gunnar Thiel just has broken the school record again for most yards rushing in a season, over 2,600 yards and counting. Now needed 56 to coming into this contest. Mason Workin steps up, evades a sack, gets to the 40-yard line. Mason weaving his way to the 50, and he's taken down in the Royals territory for a gain of 12. Mason Workin able to get a 12-yard rush, and that'll make it a 1st and 10 here for the Lobos. Ball will be spotted at the Royals' 47-yard line, just inside the 47. Lobos on the season, 460 yards per contest with 342 on the ground, 118 through the air. Very balanced so far here today. Mason Workins 4 for 4 with 101 yards, passing with a touchdown. Then Gunnar Thiel just has thrown to Mason Workin for a 20-yard score on top of that. Motion man goes Thiel just as he is in motion at midfield. Handoff goes to Gunnar Thiel just as Gunnar spins his way, and a good tackle by Wanger for about a gain of 1. 12 carries for 123 yards. My MSUM Dragon math would say that's about 10 yards per rush on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 9 upcoming. College football, North Dakota State hosting the University of Northern Iowa, UND, down at Terre Haute, going up against Indiana State. You get to November, playoff football is around the corner as well when it comes to collegiate football, NAIA D3 up to now, yes, FBS coming up with that 12-team football playoff. 2nd and 9, shotgun formation here for the Lobos as Gunnar Thiel just again make that. Kobe Thiel just goes back in motion. Play action, Workin has some time. Workin then going to the far side, and he's going to run this football to the 30 and gets to the 20. Workin to the 10, and Workin gets taken down there at about the 9-yard line. As Workin able to have a nice gain on the play. It brings up a 1st and goal opportunity. As that's going to be a gain of 37 yards here for Workin. He's got 2 carries on the drive so far for 49 yards. And it'll bring a 1st and goal opportunity as they will roll the clock here after they get the chain gang set for a 1st and goal chance here for LLM. Gunnar Thiel just 3 total touchdowns on the game so far. Mason Workin's got a couple as well. As Workin, fullback dive to Hebel, and Hebel rumbles his way for about a gain of 3. 3rd different ball carrier here for the Lobos to have a rush. I'll chew up the clock a little bit as well. South Prairie-Max will receive to start the 2nd half. So 2nd and goal, ball spotted at the 5-yard line. As they go under center, does Mason Workin. Workin surveys the defense. Gunnar Thiel just dots the eye. Pitch play goes to Thiel just to the near side. Thiel just looking for a little crease, has one, walks in for a 5-yard rushing touchdown. Thiel just has a hat trick on the ground today, rushing. This one goes from 5 yards. 13 carries, $128 rushing. and 3 rushing touchdowns as well. You add that with the 20 yards passing and a touchdown. He has 148 yards of total offense and 4 scores today in this opening half. It's 52-6. Shotgun formation for the Lobos. One wide receiver goes right-hand side with Kobe Thiel just working. See if the Royals bring some pressure here on this 2-point conversion. Low snap, play action. Looking for the flats. Lesko was there, but it was thrown behind him. But the Lobos do get 6. It's LLM 40, make that 52. South Prairie-Max 6.
RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsboro, is now Agassi Precision Ag.
RDK 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 is now Agassi Precision Ag. You heard that right. RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsboro, is now Agassi Precision Ag. Same location, employees, and customer service you deserve. Visit us at planterdoc.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
The Kinder Vikings all over the Shiloh Christian Skyhawks as they lead by 30 points going into the half. The Kinder Vikings catch this stat out in North Dakota high school football. Kindred has won 22 straight games and 44 of their last 46. Last time they got beat was 2 years ago on this weekend against the Central Cass Squirrels. The Vikings have just been a powerhouse when it comes to high school football in North Dakota. Here goes Jackson Anderson to the 30 as he sprints down the near sideline. I like to see Jackson in the triple jump or the high jump with those legs and those stretches. Able to get from the 30 to the 47 pretty quickly as the Royals will start with the football there. Anderson maybe arguably made the play of the game so far with Hayden Bull finding him for 53 yards on a touchdown. And it was right at the 47 as they will handle it here. As South Prairie-Max, motion man going left to right across the formation. Handoff, this one going to Luke Anderson. And Luke trying to get out of the outstretched hands of Hebel. Unable to do so, makes it now a 2nd and 10. 2 carries for 8 yards for Anderson. They will spot it again at the 47-yard line. That's the thing that the Lobos do awfully well. They tackle. If there's someone in open space, they don't miss the basic textbook execution. They just find a way, and even if they miss the tackle, they at least get them hits. They do something to try to stop the momentum to get someone else there out in front. As this will be Bull on the stretch play, and there again, Preston Art the first one to get there, and then a couple of Lobos able to finish him off. Bull will make it a 3rd and 10. 9 carries for a yard, and the Royals will see it at the 2-minute mark here with the football as they will make a couple of substitutions. As you see, Sabi coming into the game also with Korgel checking back in for the Royals. Overcast skies continue the wind, kind of picking up a little bit here throughout the afternoon. But all things considered, for what it could be, not the worst here on this first of the month of November weekend here in North Dakota. Bull pops a pass. This one might have been deflected by Lesko. Also in on the play was Henry Lettenmeyer, makes it a 4th and 10. Hayden Bull so far through the air has completed 5 of 9 for 74 yards and a touchdown, but a lot of it came on one play, 53 yards to Jackson Anderson. Clock will stop with 90 seconds remaining here in the opening half, and a game that's gone 60 minutes so far today from Towson Field. South Prairie-Max, the Royals. We'll see this snap by Bull. There's a good kick. End over end. They'll take Gunnar Thiel just out of bounds close to about the 25-yard line. That's where the Lobos will take over. Ninth possession here for LLM. We'll see how aggressive they're going to be with 83 seconds left to play here in the first half. And then coming up at the half, we'll take a look at the first half numbers. Also from there, your out-of-town scoreboard and get you ready for what this coming week of high school sports looks like on yourliveevent.com. Large volleyball match coming up later tonight in Moorhead. Section 8 AA Volleyball Championship. Winner heads down to the XL Energy Center between Hawley and Dilworth Glendon Felton. As Mason Morgan goes under center here for the Lobos. Working pitch play. This one, they're going to fake the reverse. Gunnar Thiel just keeps the football, and Thiel just gets out of bounds. Does get a couple of plays. Nicely done by Jackson Anderson to stay put and not go for the reverse. We'll see where they mark him on the play to the 25. He does get out of bounds. Stops the clock here for a gain of 3. 131 yards now on the ground for Gunnar Thielgis on this quarterfinal round day. Last season, the Lobos went 8-3, losing to New Rockford Cheyenne, and what was a good back-and-forth football game between the Rockets and the Lobos last season in Castleton. As the Lobos here will have twins both left and right. Lesko and Gunnar Thielgis in the slot. Workin steps up, gets hit as he throws the football. That'll be incomplete. Timing it perfectly there is Beam. Carl Beam, the senior, comes in and creates some pressure. First incompletion of the contest. If that was about a half-second more, we might be talking about the Tom Brady Tuck rule. Instead, it will make it a third down and a long 7 here. Good job again by Beam. If he doesn't get there, Working would have had time to step up a little bit into the pocket. Instead, we'll make it now a 3rd and 7. Carl Guard to the near sideline, as you have Thielgis and Lesko again in the slot with Kobe Thielgis on the far side of the football field. Hebel to the right of Workin. Workin fires. Lesko with the catch. Lesko breaks out of a tackle, gets to 35, and he scampers to the 40. Look at Lesko rumble, bumble, and stumble his way into Royal territory. Make it a gain of 29 yards on the play. Lesko with his second catch of the contest as the Lobos quickly get to line here. 64 yards here for Lesko. Workin. Deep ball down the field. The Carl Guard caught it at 10. 5. Touchdown, Lobos. It's 46 yards. Workin to Carl Guard for the score. Couple nice passes there for Mason Workin. 75 yards added to his 101, now with 176 yards passing. A couple scores here for Workin through the air as well. With 49 seconds remaining in the half, the Lobos strike yet again as they will come on for the 2-point conversion. Lobos, 34 seconds came off the clock. Handoff goes to Hebel. Hebel trying to get in for the 2 points, and he's going to be in for the 2-point conversion. With 49 seconds remaining here in the first half, the Lobos lead at 60-6.
Staff at LaMoure Drugstore reminds you, from prescription requests and OTC medication, you can find it all at LaMoure Drugstore. Find the perfect gifts for this fall and upcoming winter, from hunting to Christmas, with heated glove and boot liners to heated stadium seats, body wraps, and scarves. Plus, LaMoure Drugstore has an Evo car jump starter with an air compressor and power cords. You can also keep your refreshments cold or food warm with the Nebo thermoelectric cooler bag. Located in the center of LaMoure in the Bank North Mall. For more info, go to LaMourDrugstore.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits, including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
High school playoff football continues from Towson Field on LaMoure. Chase Miller and Chad Akron with you on this chilly Saturday afternoon. Chili sounds good, though, right now in terms of food. But right now here in LaMoure, it is a 60-6 lead for the Lobos, who have been as advertised from the start of the season to where they are now. They're showing you the reason why, that they're a #1 rated team across the state of North Dakota. They've been in the preseason top 5 and some throughout the course of the season. As Potts will put this one on the tee at the 40-yard line, end-over-end kick. Jackson Anderson receives it at the 30, gets the 35, little juke move, gets the 40, and Jackson makes his way to about the 46, 47-yard line. Both teams have had 9 possessions here in the quarter, here in the half. 39 seconds remaining. But again, with where the score is right now, reminder, starting the second half, it would be running time to start the second half here in LaMoure. 30 points or more, same in the regular season, same in the postseason, whether it's 9-man all the way up to 3A. And you'll see a 1st and 10 upcoming here for the Royals. South Prairie-Max came in averaging 34, defensively giving up 26. Most points they've given up in a season is 62 against West Hope Newburgh. And so far they've given up 60 here in the half. Bowl rolling. This one going to be completed. It's about the 48-yard line, as that one will go to Wanger for a gain of 1. Tackled inbounds. The clock continues to wind here. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Royals trying to get one more playoff before the half, it looks like here, and then we'll get to our halftime show. We'll see if the Royals can try to get a snap off with 10 seconds remaining here in the half. South Prairie-Max with 5, and it looks like this will be the first half of play. Here from Towson Field in LaMoure, the Lobos with 32 points in the first quarter, 28 points in the second. South Prairie-Max a goose egg in the first and 6 points in the second. Our halftime show is coming up next here from Towson Field as the Lobos out in front in the 9-man quarterfinals at 60-6.
I'm PJ Rund, and I live in Mission Court in Ada, Minnesota. Here, there are a lot of people like it here. Well, what could be better?
I'm Molly, and I have lived here a little over 3 years now. I like the fact that I don't have stairs or elevators, and there's always some activities around here.
You can't help but like it here. That's what I say.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsboro. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
We love our pets, accidents and messes included. Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love confidently with protection from everyday messes and odors. Designed with the whole family in mind, Pet Perfect features built-in protection from staining, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect. Designed for you, perfect for your pet.
Available at Carpet World, 17th Avenue South, online at carpetworldfargo.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we continue here from LaMoure today at the half, it's LaMoure-Litchville, Marion, the Lobos 60, South Prairie-Max against 6 here on YourLiveEvent.com. Thank you so much for tuning into high school football here from Towson Field, and make sure you patronize all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here today. Taking a look at the first half numbers, let's first go for team numbers. LaMoure-Litchville, Marion so far with 377 yards of offense, 183 yards on the ground on 17 carries. They have have 194 through the air, 7 of 8 for 194 yards passing. Mason Workin is 6 of 7. Gunnar Theologis, 14 carries for 131 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. Workin so far with 2 rushes for 49 yards. Hebel has a rush of 3. Mason Workin again 6 of 7 for 174 yards passing and 2 passing touchdowns. Gunnar Theologis 1 of 1 passing for 20 yards and a score as well. Owen Lesko 2 catches on the day for 64 yards and a score. Hebel with a catch of 9 yards. Karlgaard with a catch of 46 yards and a touchdown. Also had a fumble recovery in the end zone for another touchdown as well. Gunnar Theologis 1 catch for 40 yards and a touchdown. Mason Workin 1 catch for 20 yards and a touchdown. And Colby Theologis 1 catch for 13 yards. Lobos with 0 penalties, 1 fumble with Gunnar Theologis. Again, the Lobos with 377 yards so far of total offense. Well, for South Prairie-Max, the Royals here in this one, 93 yards of total offense, 18 rushing yards on 14 attempts. They do have 75 yards through the air via Hayden Bull. Bull so far 9 carries for 1 yard. Jackson Anderson 3 carries for 9 yards. And Luke Anderson 2 carries for 8 yards for the Royals. Hayden Bull through the air, 7 of 10 for 75 yards and a touchdown. The big touchdown came via the 53-yard passing play to Jackson Anderson. Anderson 2 receptions for 51 yards and a score. From there you have Sabi with 1 reception for 7 yards. Corgo 1 reception for 18. Then Wanger has 2 receptions for -1 yard. 1 fumble via the Royals with Hayden Bull. And then offensive penalty for a false start made it 5 yards. 1 penalty again for 5 yards here for South Prairie-Max. At the half, it's 60-6. When we come back, we'll recap the first half scoring. Also take a look at some other games across the way here in North Dakota. That and more still to come at the half. Lobos in control at 60-6 here over South Prairie-Max. It's high school playoff football from Towson Field on your liveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Fullerton Elevator is a full-service cooperative offering grain, agronomy, including seed, chemical, and fertilizer, as well as custom application. Fullerton Elevator is currently looking to hire an agronomy applicator. Fullerton Elevator offers competitive wages and full family health, dental, and vision insurance, as well as retirement. For more information, go online to fullertonelevator.net. That's fullertonelevator.net.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Are you looking for your next vacation rental? Call or text Mason at Cleveguard Rentals 701-552-3181. Family fun, girls getaway, retreats and get-togethers. Call or text Mason 701-552-3181. Located on West McDonald Lake, your vacation awaits.
As we take a look at the half here again in LaMoure, some other scores in North Dakota playoff football here today, and we'll recap what happened in AA and AAA as well. In North Dakota 9-man football, 4 minutes left to play in the opening quarter. New Rockford Cheyenne Maddox 14, Grant County Flasher 6. 4 minutes left again in the first quarter, that is. West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn 18, Weimar Lidgerwood 6 with 4 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Linton HMB and Cavalier, that one just kicked off just moments ago. In 11A high school football, Kindred all over Shiloh Christian at the half. It's 32-0 Vikings. The Kindred Vikings, the number 1 team in the Division A. Number 2 team, Velva, Garrison Drake, and Moose leads Harvey Wills County 8-0 after one quarter of play, and 9 minutes left to play in the first half. Killdeer and Langdon area Elmore Munich in a good one. The Cowboys lead 20-19 over Langdon area Elmore Munich. Kicking off at 3 o'clock will be Central Cass and Bishop Ryan. AA football from yesterday. Red River defeated St. Mary's. West Fargo Horse over Jamestown. Minot North over Devil's Lake, and Wahpeton defeated Valley City. So you'll have Grand Forks Red River hosting Wahpeton, and West Fargo Horace will travel to Minot North in the semifinals. Well, in 3A, Minot over West Fargo 23-0. Bismarck High over Shanley 42-7. Yeah, Davies 35-20 over Mandan, and Cheyenne defeated Legacy 28-0. So West Fargo Cheyenne will host Bismarck, and Minot, they will host in the semifinals Fargo Davies. Again, that's a look at the out-of-town scores and a recap of 2A and 3. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll preview the second half next from Towson Field here in LaMoure.
Lakes Community Co-op delivers more than just propane into a tank. They deliver a commitment to customer safety with professional, knowledgeable service. Lakes Community Co-op propane customers can relax because having a monitored tank allows Lakes Community Co-op to know tank levels and therefore make timely deliveries. This takes away all your worries. Call 1-888-935-2281 for propane from Lakes Community Co-op. For more information, visit lakescommunitycoop.com.
The friendly staff at LaMoure Drugstore reminds you, from prescription requests and OTC medication, you can find it all at LaMoure Drugstore. Find the perfect gifts for this fall and upcoming winter, from hunting to Christmas, with heated glove and boot liners to heated stadium seats, body wraps, and scarves. Plus, LaMoure Drugstore has an Evo car jump starter with an air compressor and power ports. You can also keep your refreshments cold or food warm with the Nebo thermoelectric cooler bag. Located in the center of LaMoure in the Bank North Mall. For more info, go to LaMoureDrugstore.com.
LaMoure Hardware carries your everyday items for plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Check out their latest selection of Milwaukee tools, from M18 fuel impact wrenches, new M18 forged batteries, chainsaws, and more. There's over 250 Milwaukee tools to choose from. Plus, browse their sweet pickings section. You'll see brand new furniture and decor. LaMoure Hardware is your community one-stop shop. For more information on all the services LaMoure Hardware offers, go online to LaMoureHardware.com. That's LaMoureHardware.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
At Polar Communications, innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
As we continue here from Towson Field in LaMoure, North Dakota, it's 60-6 here on YourLiveEvent.com. As the LaMoure-Litchville Marion Lobos again looking to get to 10-0 on the season. They came out with a 76-13 win over Hankinson in the second round of the playoffs. The story there was Gunnar Theoges with 6 rushing touchdowns, nearly 400 yards of offense. Well, he's got a hat trick here today. He's passed for a touchdown. He has a receiving touchdown as he has 3 rushing scores as well. Mason Workin with 2 passing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown here for LaMoure-Litchville Marion. That's been the story there. While the opposite side for South Prairie-Max, Hayden Bull to Jackson Anderson for a 53-yard receiving touchdown. That's been the 1 score here for South Prairie-Max as the Royals came in with a mark of 6 wins and 3 losses. That does it for a halftime show. Again, the Lobos with 377 yards of total offense, while for South Prairie-Max limited to 93 in that opening half. The Lobos will kick off to start the second when we return here from Towson Field in LaMoure, North Dakota.
You're ready for a great meal? Head over to West Main Pizza in Ada and Dilworth. They have a variety of pizzas like Supreme, Barbecue Chicken, The Reuben, Grandma G Sloppy Joe, BLT, Hawaiian, Vegetarian, and more. West Main Pizza also serves nachos and tacos, great pasta dishes, panini sandwiches, subs, and salads. West Main Pizza at 320 East Main Street in Ada and 111 15th Street Northeast in Dilworth. Check them out online at westmainpizza.net.
RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsborough, is now Agassi Precision Ag.
RDK 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 is now Agassi Precision Ag. You heard that right. RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer in Hillsborough, is now Agassi Precision Ag. Same location, employees, and customer service you deserve. Visit us at planterdoc.com.
High school football here today on YourLiveEvent.com. LaMoure-Litchville Marion and South Prairie-Max at 60-6 again at the half as we get you ready for second half of play as the Lobos will put this one on the tee here with Potts at the 40-yard line. And we'll see what the Royals can do with the football to start this second half of play. As the Lobos here with the sun trying to peek through the clouds a little bit. Gotten a little clearer throughout the day here in LaMoure. When we came here, it was foggy. Kind of looked like a Halloween-style movie, if you will, at particular times. And then has slowly but surely got a little nicer throughout the day. A little warmer from what we saw earlier. Here's the end-over-end kick. Jackson Anderson retrieves it at the 25-yard line. Anderson trying to make a man miss at the 30. Then Anderson gets taken down at about the 31-yard line. In on the tackle for the Lobos coming there with Jack Kramer, the senior. So Jake Kramer, again, will come in on the play. Ball will be at the 31-yard line here. As you will see South Prairie-Max with the football. 12 seniors on the roster here this season for head coach Justin Weisler. Inception of the program back in 2017. The Royals will be making their way back to 11-man next season as they will come out with the shotgun or a little bit more of the pistol. Here with Hayden Bull. Bull will handle this one off to Luke Anderson, and Anderson gets a couple of yards before he's strung up past the 30 to about the 33 for a gain of 2. Anderson, 3 carries now for 10 yards, and again with the score of where it's at, the clock will continue to wind unless there's a timeout on the field, injury timeout. You get a change of possessions moving forward, but if you throw the football, it's incomplete. The clock will continue to run. You run out of bounds. The clock will continue to run with it being mercy rule here in North Dakota. 30 points or more, again, at the half, it will be mercy time. If it gets underneath that, goes back to the normal scoring and time regulations. Shotgun formation here for Hayden Bull. Royal spreading out the Lobo defense. This one's going to be picked off, though, at the 40-yard line. Coming up with it is Carl Guard for the pick. First interception of the game for either club. Second turnover forced here by the Lobos defense. And they will get the ball back here with 10:56 remaining in the quarter, as the Lobos will come out here with the football. So they'll have one wide receiver with Kobe Thiel just on the far side. Lobos will now have Avery Kramer into the backfield at the running back spot with Mason Work in here at the 45-yard line. Handoff goes to the aforementioned Kramer. Kramer bounces into the outside. Kramer gets the 35-30. Look at Kramer going. Kramer gets taken down by Jackson Anderson at about the 24-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. First down here for LaMoure-Litchville Marion. 10:30, 5 and counting here in this third quarter of play as the Lobos will handle the football. Hemel at the fullback spot. One wide receiver split out to the left-handed side. There is Kobe Theolgis. This one again goes under center with Mason Workin. Workin hands the ball off to Kramer. Kramer's going to get stuck by Beam. Carl Beam's on himself a nice game and kind of a magnet towards the football. Kramer does get to about the 21 for a gain of 3 yards. 2 carries now for 19 yards. As they'll bring up now a second down upcoming here for LaMoure-Litchville Marion. One wide receiver to the left as they will have Hebel and Kramer in the backfield there with Mason Workin. Workin, the sophomore quarterback, stands at 180 pounds. Workin hands it off to Hebel. Hebel gets inside the red zone to about the 18-yard line for a gain of 3. Second rush for Hebel now of 6 yards here on this Saturday afternoon. Chase Miller alongside with Chad Ekron and Maddie Ekron running the camera here today in this second half. 9:20 remaining in the third quarter. Lobos 32 points in the first quarter, 28 points in the second. South Prairie-Max was 0 in the first quarter and 6 points in the second for the Royals. One wide receiver split out to the near sideline here for LLM, and Kobe Theolgis says Workin again goes back to a shotgun. Third down and 3 here for the Lobos. Lobos handing the ball off to Kramer. Beam is there with Tucker Lang. That goes back to about the 19. That'll be a loss of a yard, maybe 2 on the play. Nicely done there by the Royals defensive line to hustle after the football. They will put it right between the 19 and the 18. So ball's at the 18.5-yard line, if you'd like to call it that. It'll be a fourth down and a long 4 upcoming here for the Lobos. But for the Lobos right now, all that matters is the score and the time. That's your ally. And as long as that continues to wind, the Lobos trying to get to the semifinals here for the 4th time in the last 5 years after getting to this round last year and coming up short to the Rockets. A delayed quarterback draw for Workin. Workin makes a man miss, gets the 5, and he hot steps into the end zone. It's an 18-yard rushing touchdown for Mason Workin. 67 yards on the day for Workin on the ground. That's a rushing score from 18, and the 2-point conversion will be upcoming here for LaMoure-Litchville Marion. As the Lobos will come out for the point after attempt here with Logan Potts, the sophomore, coming on for the PAT. Here's the right-footed kick by Potts, send over in, and it's good. A new score with 7:45 remaining here in the third quarter. It's 67-6. Lobos out in front.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
The friendly staff at LaMoure Drugstore reminds you, from prescription requests and OTC medication, you can find it all at LaMoure Drugstore. Find the perfect gifts for this fall and upcoming winter, from hunting to Christmas, with heated glove and boot liners to heated stadium seats, body wraps, and scarves. Plus, LaMoure Drugstore has an Evo car jump starter with an air compressor and power cords. You can also keep your refreshments cold or food warm with the Nebo thermoelectric cooler bag. Located in the center of Lemoore in the Bank North Mall. For more info, go to LamoureDrugstore.com.
67 to now 6 here with 7:44 remaining in the third quarter. Lobo is able to go down the field, cap off a 60-yard score with 3 minutes and 14 seconds on the drive via the Mason Workin rushing touchdown. Potts for the PAT. Now the Royals will handle this one at the 25-30 to the far sideline, and there's a hit. Wenger gets hit in midfield by Tucker Jones. Tucker Jones bringing the lumber there as the Royals will start with the football here for the second time in the half. So he was 7:30 remaining as they will spot it here at the 30-yard line. So South Prairie-Max will handle the football as the sun, again, as we kind of alluded to, has been kind of toying with us at particular times, but now coming out a little bit more here at Towson Field, which is in great field condition with this grass at this time of the year as well. Motion man going left to right. Bull rolling to the near sideline. Pops a pass. This one will be incomplete off the fingertips first of Carlgard, then off of Wenger as well. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 upcoming. So for the Lobos, they've taken advantage twice off of turnovers and capitalized into scores, and so has South Prairie-Max as well. And the one fumble that they forced against Gunner Theologist, they were able to bring it in for a touchdown as well. That's been one of the storylines, but the other storyline is Lobos won the toss, took the opening coin toss, received the football, and they have not trailed in this game as they did against the Hankinson Pirates last week. Won the toss, received the ball, and did not trail throughout the entirety of those 4 quarters of play as well in the second round of the playoffs. Bull with it across the middle, caught by Jackson Anderson, and look at Anderson getting into midfield of the 50, Anderson to the 40, and Anderson with Kramer there able to bounce him out of bounds. Nice little pitch and catch there that goes to the 39-yard line. That'll be a gain of 31. Jackson Anderson, 3rd reception of the contest now for 82 yards and a score. 1st and 10 Royals as they will have it at the Lobo 39-yard line. Make sure as this game continues here, stay with us. Once we get to the post-game show, we will get to our Enbridge Energy player of the game, final numbers for both clubs, and we will hear from a victorious member, coach, possibly both or more, as well from the winning team. Hayden Bull gets hit as he throws the football. That's incomplete to Jackson Anderson as Hebel was part of the 1-2 combination. They're applying some pressure here for the Lobos, as also Kramer was applying some pressure, and that'll be incomplete. Bull took a shot trying to get it to Jackson Anderson. Lobos had it double covered there with Gunnar Thiel just playing that free high safety. And with 5:30 remaining here in the third quarter, the Royals will handle it now 2nd down and 10. South Prairie-Max taking a look at what they'll come out with here. And they're starting to line up a lot of seniors here for Coach Justin Weisler that they will have to replace going into next season. Luke Anderson weaving his way past the 35 to about the 34.5-yard line for a gain of 4. Just on the starting offensive side of the football, you have Beams a senior, Rulin's a senior, Tucker Lang is a senior at the offensive line, Korgel's a senior at wide receiver with Jackson Anderson as well. Wenger is a senior, Mitchell Bull not playing today with a concussion, but he's a senior, and Hayden Bull as well, another senior. So normally in their starting offensive 9, 8 of them they're going to have to be replaced via the graduation coming up a year from now. Hayden Bull, little option play, pitches it out to Luke Anderson. Luke Anderson gets to the far side. Gunnar Thiel just brings him down, but not before Anderson gets past the 30 to about the 38, make it the 28-yard line for a gain of 7. 23 yards rushing now for Anderson. Nice little option play on the way there for Hayden Bull. You fake the dive, and eventually What the shotgun version of that is essentially going under center in the old Army-Navy veer or triple option. You just do it out of the shotgun and give yourself a little more real estate to work with faking the dive, get to the boundary, see what comes there, and then make the pitch. Motion man is Tucker Lang going right to left. Handoff, this one going to Wanger, and Wanger gets back to the original line of the 28-yard line here. So Wanger, we'll see this as Hebel gets popped for a second with the tackle. As now with 3:30 remaining here in the third quarter, Hebel will check out. Lobos make a substitution here as Danilov will check in, the 6', 195-pound junior. And for the Royals, they will see this one back in a shotgun formation with Hayden Bull. Bull, motion man is Jackson Anderson. Bull's going to keep it now. There's the option play to Jackson. Jackson gets past the 25. Ball comes out, and the Lobos and the Royals have a scrum at about the 27-yard line. Lobos are pointing that they got the football here. We'll see if it is. After the pitch play out to Jackson Anderson, he got to about the 25. Ball came out. It's a gain of 3 yards with Anderson before the football came out. And then was a scrum between the Royals and the Lobos. They're going to say the Royals got on the football. So Jackson Anderson and the Royals will handle it there as Beam was part of it that was able to get back on the ball. As now you'll see a second down upcoming. But for the Royals here, their second drive of the quarter started back at their own 30-yard line with 7:31 remaining here in the third quarter. Has already amassed over 5 minutes and change on the drive as the Royals were trying to get in the red zone here with one more first down. Third down and a long 10 upcoming. Jackson Anderson by himself on the far side as Bull is in the shotgun formation. Little slant play goes to Jackson Anderson to the 20. He gets barrel rolled over there at the 20-yard line by Henry Lettenmeyer. That'll be a good gain and close to line of gain for a gain of 8. Anderson, 4 catches now for 91 yards and a score. While on the opposite side for Hayden Bull, 114 yards passing. 2 for 5 in this second half for 39 yards with an interception. 4th down and 2 upcoming for the Royals. As you will see, South Prairie-Max shift. Jackson Anderson goes back to left. Hayden Bull. We'll see it. He'll keep it. Hayden Bull looking to get the first down. And he'll have enough for the first down for the 20 to the 17 for a gain of 3. And we'll see an injury timeout here with the officials as trying to come up under his own pressure here is Beam as he's trying to walk this one off here. Might have just had a little bit of a tweak of an ankle as Beam will come out here for South Prairie-Max as the Royals will make a quick substitution. Nice thing is Beam is able to come up by himself. Gets a little helped off here with Coach Justin Weisler here. And now the Royals will make a substitution as they get back into the swing of things. Here is South Prairie-Max. Will come on here with Gabe Shareski, the freshman, 6 foot at 252 pounds, will come on here for the Royals with a clock at 50 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. 2 wide receivers left as they go back into a similar formation. Little option play yet again. Bull with the pitch. That'll go to Wanger at the 15, and Wanger gets hit end over end by Kramer for about a gain of 2. So Wanger with this second carry now for 2 yards, and that could potentially be the final play of the third quarter unless the Royals can quickly get to line here and get a playoff as Jackson Anderson will relay the play back in as Wanger now will have to go all the way to the far side one more time, and we'll see if the Royals can try to get this one off here with 7 seconds left in the quarter as they will come to a huddle, and that'll do it for the third quarter of play here in Towson Field. It's LaMoure-Litchville Marion 67, the South Prairie-Max Royals 6. Fourth quarter coming up next here on your LiveVent.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
I'm PJ Rundin. I live in Mission Court in Ada, Minnesota. Here, there are a lot of people like it here. Well, what could be better?
I'm Molly, and I have lived here a little over 3 years now. I like the fact that I don't have stairs or elevators, and there's always some activities around here.
You can't help but like it here. That's what I say.
12 minutes of football remaining here from Towson Field. Out-of-town scoreboard. West Hope, Newburgh, Glenburn, 34-12 over Weimar-Lidgerwood. 10 minutes left in the contest. Linton HMB, Strasburg, Zeeland, 14-6 over Cavalier with 6 minutes left in the second. If that score holds, Linton HMB, Strasburg, Zeeland would be coming here to Towson Field next weekend. And number New Rockford, Cheyenne Maddox, 22-12 over Grant County Flasher. That again on the 9-man swing of things right now. Still to come at 3 o'clock, Central Cass going up against Bishop Bryan from Castleton with Joe Lancello and Brady Siebels on the call for you on that one. So Prairie-Max here with Hayden Bull in the quarterback spot. Hands it off to Luke Anderson. Anderson plowing his way past the 10, and he's close to about the 9-yard line for a gain of 6. 31 yards on the rush so far here for Anderson on the ground. 7 carries for 31 yards. Makes it now a 3rd down and 2 upcoming, as they will need 7 yards here for the Royals. Or 2 yards, that is, to get to the 7-yard line. And they will make number 7 and Jackson Anderson on the outside. Hayden Bull in the shotgun. Bull looking, Anderson deep post pattern in the end zone. Down with his 2nd receiving touchdown of the contest. Jackson Anderson, 5 catches for 100 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns. 123 yards passing for Hayden Bull. That's his 2nd score as well. And South Prairie-Max, the Royals will come out for the 2-point conversion here as they cut into that deficit 67-12. LLM defeated Hankinson 76-13 last week, while Mulhall Lansford Sherwood fell to South Prairie-Max in the 2nd round of the playoffs 42-28. Royals with a 2-point conversion here as Bull will come out. Motion man is the aforementioned Jackson Anderson. Bull with it. Bull making his way and gets in for the 2-point conversion. With 10:35 remaining here in the 4th quarter, it's now 67-14.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at BloomfieldTrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
We love our pets, accidents and messes included. Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love confidently with protection from everyday messes and odors. Designed with the whole family in mind, Pet Perfect features built-in protection from staining, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect. Designed for you, perfect for your pet.
Available at Carpet World, 17th Avenue South, online at carpetworldfargo.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
High school football here today from Towson Field, 67-14. South Prairie-Max on the drive, able to start at their own 30-yard line, goes 70 yards, and he amasses 9 minutes on the drive as well. As South Prairie-Max will put this one on the tee by Bull. It's a line drive kick. The Lobos pick it up here at the 30-yard line and making their way close to the 40. On the way is Van Eden, the freshman, in for the Lobos. That's where the Lobos will start for their third, make that second possession here of the second half with 10:23 remaining in the fourth quarter, as this will be at the 39-yard line. As the Lobos, with this result, will improve to 10-0 on the season, as it will be a under center here as Mason Workin will come out under center, as he will. This one will bounce to the outside, and eventually we'll see this for about a yard or two, as this would be about a gain of 1 on the play, and actually it'll be to 2nd and 10, as you see Wanger in on the tackle, as the Lobos will get some fresh new faces yet again, having an opportunity to get some reps in, as McGoy will come back into the backfield now for a 2nd and 10. One wide receiver to the near side here is Russell Exner. Pitch goes out to McGoy. McGoy makes a cut back, and he's going to get wrapped up at about the 34-yard line. That'll be a loss of 5 on the play. And now you'll have a third down upcoming here for the Lobos. 3rd and 15 with 67-14 on the play. LLM out in front here in this fourth quarter. As South Prairie-Max, with this result, would finish 6-4. Again, best record, best season in program history. 11 years, every year except for this year they went down to 9. Going back up to 11 with the new classification next year. Motion, Potts, looking, Potts fumbles the football, and the Royals pick it up at the 40-yard line. Be the second turnover of the contest here for LLM, the second one on the ground via the fumble here, and the Royals will pick it up and handle the football. As now you'll see South Prairie-Max with 8:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter handle it at the Lobo 40-yard line. As South Prairie-Max, the question now was for Coach Justin Weasler and this respective coaching staff, allow the seniors to get 1 or 2 more possessions, hopefully offensively and defensively, then slowly but surely maybe bring some of these guys out and have a chance to have the fans that made the way from South Prairie-Max area to LaMoure honor them and recognize them one more time as well before the conclusion of this game is all set and done on the careers that they have kind of left. As Coach Weasler said in our pregame, they have definitely showed what it means to be Royals here, as this one will be with Luke Anderson. Anderson making his way to the 20-yard line. Anderson with a gain of 20 right down Main Street. 8 carries now for 51 yards as Anderson gets a first down, and South Prairie-Max, the Royals, down 67-14, get a first down here as we're nearing the midway part of this fourth quarter of play. As you'll see a 1st and 10 upcoming. First time we saw Luke Anderson in at the true quarterback spot, as they're going to do it again here, double tight, almost like a wing T, but just in the shotgun. They will fake the motion. Anderson keeps it again. Anderson gets the 10 to the 5, and Anderson 2 scores. Make it 2 rushes of 20 yards, and Anderson is in for a house call. 9 carries now for 71 yards and a touchdown here as Anderson gets in from 20 yards out. So the Royals take advantage of the fumble. They get in the end zone. 2 times the Lobos have turned the ball over. Twice the Royals have capitalized for a touchdown. And now the Royals will go for the 2-point conversion, as they will come out here. As Anderson will come out in that same double tight shotgun. Fakes it, then he hits the ground back at the 5-yard line, and that'll stop the clock with 7:13 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's LLM 67, Royals 20 on yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Fullerton Elevator is a full-service cooperative offering grain, agronomy, including seed, chemical, and fertilizer, as well as custom application. Fullerton Elevator is currently looking to hire an agronomy applicator. Fullerton Elevator offers competitive wages and full family health, dental, and vision insurance, as well as retirement. For more information, go online to fullertonelevator.net. That's fullertonelevator.net.
67-20, Royals 2 plays, 20 yards a rush for Luke Anderson. This one's a squibber and nicely picked up here by LLM to get their hand on the football. Is coming up there is Joseph Potts, the freshman. Almost had to play it like a third baseman on a short hop there, but he caught it on his right shoulder, and that's where the Lobos will handle it up at the 45-yard line. 7:13 remaining here in the fourth quarter as South Prairie-Max has put back-to-back touchdown possession drives together. Here's the deficit now trimmed to 47 in the fourth as Lobos again rolling in some new players throughout, as we'll see a flag here as Potts goes under center. We'll see a false start on LLM. This will be their first penalty of the game for LaMoure-Litchville Marion, as the Lobos will see this one go 5 yards back. Check out our website, yourliveevent.com, or simply subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out the yourliveevent.com Coaches Show Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock. And for more high school broadcasts in both Minnesota and North Dakota throughout the winter seasons coming up. 1st and 15, Potts under center. Handoff. Gets maybe about a yard or two on the play. As for the Lobos, they'll have Van Eden in on the carry. And a second down will be upcoming. So 2nd and 14 here for LaMoure-Litchville Marion, as you got one wide receiver split to the near sideline here in Joseph Potts. As you will see Logan Potts. As Logan Potts will look at the back official until he puts his hand up. Then all of a sudden you get to 10 seconds, then he'll get under center. And now they'll get ready to go as they get to the game clock and the play clock here. Handoff. Lobos break loose. And this one gets the 40 to 35 to the 33-yard line. Van Eden with a gain. Able to get 17 plus 8. That's 25 yards on the rush for Van Eden. First down for LaMoure-Litchville Marion, as the Lobos will be at the Royals' 33-yard line. Kind of a slow developing play. Van Eden waiting for the hole, then able to sprint through that for a first down. Bison fans might call that a Sam Ojuri kind of a like rush, where you just kind of wait to see it roll through a little bit, then all of a sudden the crease comes and boom, able to get through that. UND fans would say, where's Weston Dressler? Let's get him to the edge and let him run a little bit farther. First down and 10 here upcoming for the Lobos. And again, the Lobos, as we sit with their quarterback and Logan Potts, who'll look at the back official. Once the hand goes up, there's 10 seconds. Now they get set at the line to gain, at the line of scrimmage. Van Eden spins to 30 and gets to about the 27-yard line. The Royals come in on the tackle there with Caden Tallman, but not before it's a gain of about 6 yards on the play. So Van Eden now 3 carries for 32 yards. High school playoff football continues later today on yourliveevent.com as Bishop Bryan will go up against the Central Cass Squirrels. That game slated to kick off here in just a couple of minutes. And then also later tonight, Section 8A volleyball, 8AA volleyball championship in Minnesota. That'll be at 7 o'clock with Hawley against Dilworth, Glendon, Felton. Handoff for a gain of 2. As this makes it a 3rd and 2 upcoming. As you'll see, a 3rd down and 2 now on the way. As it'll be a 3rd down upcoming here for LLM with the 4-minute mark upcoming, trying to get a first. You get one more first down, you can almost milk it under 2 minutes here. Definitely to about 2 minutes to close to 1:30 with one more first down here for the Lobos. As Potts yet again goes under center, Van Eden dots the eye, handoff goes to Van Eden. Van Eden breaks free, he wants a first down and some. Van Eden looking for a house call from 25 yards out. 5 carries now for 61 yards for Van Eden. And check that, make that 59 yards for Van Eden on the score. And a touchdown there. The Lobos hang 73. They put 76 up against the Hankinson Pirates. 2-point conversion would give them 75 here. As they will go under center one more time with Potts. One wide receiver split to the left-hand side. Potts going under center. Fullback dive on the way for the Lobos. Unable to get there here with Grayson Matson, the freshman. That'll stop the clock under 3 minutes of play. Lobos lead at 73-20.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
High school playoff football here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. 73-20 Lobos out in front here with just under 3 minutes to play and what could potentially be our final possession of the football contest here in a game that got underway nearly 2 hours ago. Lobos, with this result, again, will go to 10-0 on the season and will host the winner of Cavalier, Lytton HMB, Strasburg, Zeeland a week from Saturday here at Towson Field. This is a live ball, and the Lobos will pick it up on the far sideline with McGoy. That'll be at the 34-yard line unless he stepped out of bounds before he retrieved it. Then there should be a flag on the play, but it looks like the Lobos will handle the football here, and it'll be LLM ball, and it will be. Lobos will get the ball here. As again, it's a live ball. You're not necessarily looking for the onside kick here for the Lobos, but where it was kicked, the up man does not come up and grab it. And now all of a sudden the Lobos will handle it here at their own, at the South Prairie-Max 34-yard line. Lobos scored 67 points in the first 3 quarters. They had 6 points here. Royals with 6 points in the first 3 quarters. They had 14 points, and the Lobos are going to put this one knee to the ground with Potts. And essentially just looking to milk as much time as you can on these plays. As Potts, again, with the first knee to make it 2nd and 10. Now it's all elementary here as the Lobos, for the 4th time in 5 years, will be making it to the semifinal round appearance of the 9-man football playoffs. As Potts goes back under center, takes one more knee. And for the Lobos, champs in 2021, made it to the semis again in 2022, lost to New Rockford Cheyenne, the Rockets, in the quarterfinals last year in Castleton. This year they will make their way towards the semifinals, and they will host it here and get one more week of high school playoff football. While South Prairie-Max, the Royals, they will drop to 6-4 on the season. And make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show where we'll get to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Also from there, take a look at the final numbers, and we'll hear from a victorious Lobo player or two, or head coach Andy Delabar. We'll get to all that and more coming up on our post-game report. 90 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter as the Lobos, again, have been as advertised throughout the course of this season. Because of 9-man football, you played your region games in a sister region. So Region 5 played Region 6. Region 1 played Region 2 throughout the course of the year. So we're starting to see what some of these regions kind of really look like against the state instead of just your area of play. As the Lobos will come out one more time on a 4th down and 12. Potts will put this one on the ground. It'll be a turnover on downs. They will stop the clock to allow South Prairie-Max to come out with the football here. With 59 seconds remaining here in the contest, as South Prairie-Max again will have one more crack of the football. And South Prairie-Max here will see it at the 36-yard line. So South Prairie-Max will come out with the football here with Hayden Bull and Luke Anderson. Looks like South Prairie-Max will do the same thing that the Lobos did. We'll put a knee to the turf. They'll do this one time. We'll need to do it one more time. The clock will roll. And then from there, they will get it to the second to last play of the game. As again, the clock is rolling here, and all that South Prairie-Max needs to do one more time is just wait till it gets to that 40-second mark, put one more knee to the turf, and this one we will do it here today officially. As the Royals score 14 points in the fourth quarter, Lobos with 6 points in the fourth. The final will be again 73-20, and there it is. South Prairie-Max will finish the season 6-4, best year in program history, best season in terms of wins, or as far as they've gotten to the playoffs here, as South Prairie-Max will be making their way to 11-man next season. Tip of the cap to Coach Justin Weisler and the Royals on their year. 10 games, 6 wins, 4 losses. While on the opposite side for LaMoure-Litchville Marion, the Lobos now improved to 10-0 on the season, and for the 4th time in 5 years will be making their way to the semifinal round. Our post-game show is coming up next here from LaMoure, and we'll keep you apprised of all the other games across the way. Take a look at the final numbers. That and more still to come here on your LiveVent.com.
Are you looking for your next vacation rental? Call or text Mason at Cleave Guard Rentals, 701-552-3181. Family fun, girls getaway, retreats and get-togethers. Call or text Mason, 701-552-3181. Located on West McDonald Lake, your vacation awaits.
Lakes Community Co-op delivers more than just propane into a tank. They deliver a commitment to customer safety with professional, knowledgeable service. Lakes Community Co-op propane customers can relax because having a monitored tank allows Lakes Community Co-op to know tank levels and therefore make timely deliveries. This takes away all your worries. Call 1-888-935-2281 for propane from Lakes Community Co-op. For more information, visit lakescommunitycoop.com.
The friendly staff at LaMoure Drugstore reminds you, from prescription requests and OTC medication, you can find it all at LaMoure Drugstore. Find the perfect gifts for this fall and upcoming winter, from hunting to Christmas, with heated glove and boot liners to heated stadium seats, body wraps, and scarves. Plus, LaMoure Drugstore has an Evo car jump starter with an air compressor and power cords. You can also keep your refreshments cold or food warm with the Nebo thermoelectric cooler bag. Located in the center of LaMoure in the Bank North Mall. For more info, go to LaMourDrugstore.com.
As we come back here, it's now time to name your Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That is energy for life. Well, the play of the game is when you break a school record. Gunnar Thielges again needed 56 yards today on the ground to break the all-time single-season rushing record. Well, he did that and some with 131 yards rushing, but that is the play, if you want to call it, of the game from the Lobos' perspective. The player of the game goes to Mason Workin. Did a really nice job here today, 124 yards passing with a couple of touchdowns. He also had a receiving touchdown of 20 yards. Workin also with a rushing score as well. That one from 67, 18 yards. Mason Workin, 2 passing, 1 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown. He is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Final numbers in this one, 485 yards of total offense for the Lobos, 291 yards on the ground with a .94 through the air. Gunnar Thielges, all of his damage in the first half, 14 carries, 131 yards, and 3 scores. Van Eden with 6 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown. Yeah, Mason Workin, 3 catches for 67 yards and a score. Kramer, 3 carries for 18 yards. Potts, that's Logan with a couple of rushes, but all knees at the end. Hebel, 2 carries for 6 yards, and McGoy, 2 carries for -5. Mason Workin again, 6 of 7 for 174, 2 scores. And you had Gunnar Thielges, 1 of 1 for 20 yards and a passing touchdown. Kobe Thielges, 15 yards receiving. Workin, 1 catch for 20 yards and a score. Gunnar Thielges, 1 catch for 40 yards and a score. Carl Gard had 1 catch for 46 yards and a touchdown. Hebel 1 for 9 yards. And then Lesko had 2 catches for 64 yards and a score as well. 2 fumbles, 1 penalty for 5 yards here for the Lobos. While for South Prairie-Max, Hayden Bull goes 9 of 16 for 173 yards. 2 interceptions and 2 passing touchdowns. Bull went 10 carries for 4 yards. Anderson, 3 carries for 9. Wanger, 2 carries for 2. And then Anderson, 9 carries for 20 yards and a touchdown. Jackson Anderson, 5 carries for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. You had Sabi, 1 carry for 1 reception for 7 yards. Corgill, 1 reception for 18 yards. And then Wanger had 2 catches for -1 yard, 1 penalty for 5 yards for South Prairie-Max. 3 turnovers today, 1 fumble, and 2 interceptions. When we come back, we'll hear from the victorious Lobos after this on yourliveevent.com.
Hardware carries your everyday items for plumbing, electrical, automotive, and more. Check out their latest selection of Milwaukee tools from M18 fuel impact wrenches, new M18 forged batteries, chainsaws, and more. There's over 250 Milwaukee tools to choose from. Plus, browse their sweet pickings section. You'll see brand new furniture and decor. LaMoure Hardware is your community one-stop shop. For more information on all the services LaMoure Hardware offers, go online to LaMoureHardware.com. That's LaMoureHardware.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
As we come back on our post-game show, joining us here from LaMoure-Litchville, Marion, the head football coach, that again is Andy Delabar. Andy, really balanced attack top to bottom today. First and foremost, congratulations to Gunnar. He needed about 56 yards, got that right away in that first quarter to be the single-season school rushing record. Obviously, Mason with a really nice balanced performance as well. Where do you kind of start with this football game to get you back into the semifinals, Andy?
Well, you said the balance was good to see in the first half, and then a big kudos to Gunnar. We've had a lot of really good quarterbacks. Good running backs throughout my years here for the Lobos. So a good credit to him for the hard work he's put in, and special player. I think overall we knew, from South Prairie that they're a big physical team, and I think we controlled the line of scrimmage well and had a good balanced attack the first half.
You had Gunnar Thielges with the receiving, rushing, and passing touchdown. Mason Workin with a receiving, rushing, and passing touchdown. I don't know how many times you get that where you have 2 guys kind of get the hat trick here, Andy.
Yeah, it's pretty uncommon, but great to have.
Yeah, Mason Workin, just talk about his performance here today, going 6 of 7, couple touchdowns through the air. Obviously, Lesko was a big play on a play action, hitting Gunner on that seam up the middle as well. Just kind of what did you see from him today?
I think just seeing the field, seeing the defense. Like one time we came in and he made a suggestion that we really didn't see, which ended up being a touchdown for us. So just to see the student of the game that he's become, and a smart football player, and also on his feet too. You know, he made some nice runs and avoided some tackles, showed that he's got some athleticism.
What does it mean for this year's team, Andy, to get now to the semifinals and get one step closer to where you ultimately want to go every year, which is the Fargo Dome?
Right. Well, it was a hurdle last year that we just couldn't cover, and so far to make the semifinals, that's a big deal. And you know, we're going to keep taking it just 1 week at a time, and whoever our next opponent is, we're going to get better this week and just continue to be green and growing.
And the nice thing is you're hosting another playoff game here at Towson Field. Andy, thanks so much for your time and best of luck moving forward.
Awesome. Thanks, Chase.
Again, Andy Delabar will hear from the quarterback Mason Workin next here on your liveevent.com.
At Polar Communications, innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
As we continue on our post-game show here today from LaMoure, with the sun starting to come on through. Joining us now is Mason Workin, the quarterback here for the Lobos. Again, making sure got the numbers right. 6 of 7 for 174, a couple of passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown as well. Let's talk about the receiving touchdown. I know as a quarterback sometimes, Mason, you're not the beneficiary of the reception. You're the one making the passes, but you got that trick play with Gunnar Theoldges. Just kind of what goes through your mind when you hear the play call number 1 and once you kind of saw the ball coming your way to go into the end zone?
I was excited when Isaacson gave me the play, and as soon as we called it, I told Gunnar to make a read, and if I wasn't there, he would just run it, but I'm glad he passed it to me. I wish he would have led me a little bit more, but that's all right. I made a play.
You'll work on that in practice coming up here. Number 1, though, take us through that first big play, that play action to Owen Lesko. Just kind of what did you see on that one?
I don't know. The 9, we thought that was good, and a play action, they were keen on Gunnar, so we thought that would be good, and we thought it would be a touchdown.
For a quarterback to have a guy like Gunnar Theoldges, break a school record now, over 2,600 yards rushing on the season and counting, what is it like with a guy like that in the backfield?
It's great because they're always key on Gunnar, and then when it's my time, I can throw a couple touchdowns, and it's great to have Gunnar on the field.
Yeah, the offensive line, what do they kind of do for this team this season here, Mason?
They're good. They haven't let up many sacks, and I love to have them.
And this particular team to make it to the semifinals, I know there's still some unfinished business. You only get one more game. That's what playoff football is, only guarantee. But what does it mean for this year's team to get one step closer to where you ultimately want to go?
It means a lot because we still are kind of mad about New Rockford last year, but I think we got it, and I think we can win it all.
What's the one thing that best capsulizes this team? What's a trait or characteristic that best describes this year's version of LLM football here, Mason?
I think I'm going to steal Gunnar's words, and I think relentless is the good word here.
Yeah, without question, relentless, and you guys will be relentless one more week. Mason, congratulations on the win, and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.
Again, the quarterback here that had a receiving, rushing, and passing touchdowns on the day, Mason Workin for the Lobos. We'll put a bow on this one next from Towson Field in LaMoure.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com. If you're ready for a great meal, head over to West Main Pizza in Ada and Dilworth. They have a variety of pizzas like Supreme, Barbecue Chicken, The Reuben, Grandma G Sloppy Joe, BLT, Hawaiian, Vegetarian, and more. West Main Pizza also serves nachos and tacos, great pasta dishes, panini sandwiches, subs, and salads. West Main Pizza at 320 East Main Street in Ada and 111 15th Street Northeast in Dilworth. Check them out online at westmainpizza.net.
Final segment here today from Towson Field in LaMoure, North Dakota. As we take a look at your finals, West Hope Newburgh Glenburn advances with a win over Weimar-Lidgewood 40-12. They will play the winner of New Rockford, Cheyenne Maddock, and Grant County Flasher as the Rockets lead 30-12 at the half over Grant County Flasher. Lobo fans wondering what is happening with Cavalier Linton HMB. Linton HMB, Strasburg, Zeeland 30, Cavalier 12 at the half in the semifinals. In 11A, as we take a look at the playoff bracket, Central Cass and Bishop Ryan just underway on yourliveevent.com. Squirrels lead it by 6 in the opening 6 minutes. Kindred defeats Shiloh Christian 39-20 as the Vikings advance to semifinals. They await the winner of Langdon Area Emor Munich. They await the winner of Central Cass Bishop Ryan. Out west, Valva Garrison Drake and a Moose 30-7 over Harvey Wills County. That's at the half. And getting to the fourth quarter, Langdon Area Emor Munich 31. Killdeer 27. That again is late in the third quarter. LaMoure-Litchville Marion picks up the win and now improves to 10-0 on the season. Congratulations again goes out to Mason Morgan and Gunnar Thiel just with a couple of really nice performances here today. Well, first up, Prairie-Max tip of the cap, best season in school history for Coach Justin Weisler and the Royals. On behalf of Chad Ekron and Maddie Ekron, I'm Chase Miller, repeating today's final here from Towson Field. Lobos win it 73-20 here on yourliveevent.com. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.